Hello everyone, I'm Bishi. It's the music. And today we are playing more Ace Attorney! We're playing some more dual Destinies. So we should be starting the first day of the trial of episode 5, which is the last one, technically. We do have a DLC trial, so I guess there's really 6 episodes, but it's the ending from the original game. So yeah, we'll see what we can get up to today. I think we did investigation last time, so today's the first day of trial. I have my notes. I'm a little scared, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, right? Right? Okay, Bishi Papa. Listen, I got a bunch of trial contacts, and I needed to actually trial them, or I'm not gonna know which ones to buy. So I'm using my contact. Okay. I'm using them. You gotta use it or you're gonna lose it. Aced attorney. These attorneys are ace. I'm gonna scooch y'all up a little bit. I can't let y'all cover. You know what? Erased. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone's Thursday? I don't like Thursday. Does anybody like Thursday? I feel like Thursday is just the day before Friday. I can never appreciate Thursday for the day that it is. It's always just a day on its way to another. You know what I mean? Use it or lose it. That's how organs work. What? What? But even when you use your organs, sometimes they stop working. Thanos snapped us out of existence, and I brought you back. I snapped, and then I snapped again. I get excited for Friday, so that's something. But that's what I mean. Like, I don't like Thursday because it's Thursday. I like Thursday because it's almost Friday. And then Friday is almost Saturday. And then Sunday is, oh God, tomorrow's Monday. And then Monday is, oh God, it's Monday. And then Tuesday's just like, oh, it's Tuesday. And Wednesday's like, oh, middle of the week, it's Wednesday. And then Thursday is, oh my God, when is it going to be Friday? If that stops working, that means they're not working. Okay. You get paid on Thursday, so that's, hey, that's a win right there, absolutely. Payday. Wednesday's trash day. Thursday's just, I'm glad they picked up the trash. Thursday is thankful trash day. Thankful for trash Thursday. People say thirsty Thursday, right? I don't actually know what thirsty Thursday is. Is that like an alcohol related thing? We could call it thirsty Thursday because we thirst for characters. Thirsty Thursday. But that's really everybody. Every bay? Every bay Thursday. That's because we thirst every day. So it'd be like Thirsty Tuesday, Wet Wednesday. Thirsty Thursday. Fan Friday, Filthy Friday. Flirtatious Flirty Friday. Throw it back Thursday. And then Throwback Thursday's a thing. Where you like reminisce. You know? Oh. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock every hour on a Thursday, I guess. My college is only 4 days from Monday. Ready. So my real Friday is Thursday. Oh, I see. So you only have college classes Monday to Thursday. Then Thursday's good for you. Thursday's Friday. And then Friday and Saturday are amazing. Yeah. 5 o'clock somewhere. That's the saying I always hear in Texas when it comes to drinking. I thought that was like a nationwide thing. I thought that was everywhere in the United States. Is that like a southern thing? 5 o'clock somewhere, darling. 5 o'clock somewhere, partner. I didn't know. Maybe I've just heard it so much I don't associate it. Well, I don't have much to update y'all on. We are at 20 subs at the moment. We've got 20 more days. We've got 20 subs on 20 days left for the Streamiversary goals. Just a quick reminder. Oh, I forgot to block out the 20 subs. We did reach the 20 subs. I did the 50 curls. We're talking about how... Well, at least I'm talking about how I don't like Thursday because I feel like there's no point to it. Because it's just the day before Friday. That's all it is to me. But it could be a thirsty Thursday. That could be why it matters. I was playing Pally. Oh, thirsty for... I can't remember the name, but the chef, right? I know that's your main boo in that game. Haven't played Pally in so long. Welcome in Oni as well. Reth, thank you. Yes, I'm so bad with names, but yes, the chef. I saw his face in my mind. My sweet, sweet soup man. If Reth was a soup flavor, what would he be? What would he be? Redacted soup. I don't know. Oh. Nice, sweet soup man. But he's very nice and comforting, right? With like an edge to him. Like he has like a, not a bad side, but like, yeah, I know his backstory. Maybe a spicy soup, but also comforting. Chili. He'd be chilly because he's hot. There you go. There you go. Breath would be chilly. A flirty man. He is very flirty. I forgot about that. I heard backrooms as bathrooms. The bathroom backrooms. Why is it that like so many nightmares are like cursed bathrooms? I'm sure all of you have had a cursed bathroom or like a cursed toilet dream. They're terrible. It's like a restroom with no doors. Just horrible, you know? Let's up the ante and do 200 girls. Do you want me to break my arms? I would never be able to use them again. Y'all heard it. We need 60 subs. Cough it up. I know y'all are holding out. Oh my god. Which one is 60? Is it the Silent Hill game? Oh no, it's Truth or Drink stream. Gosh, I made Silent Hill F 80 subs. Why did I do that? Because I know you want me to play that game. 80. Oh, I meant 60 more. I see. I was like, wow, Alfred really wants me to play Truth or Drink. What kind of questions do you want me to answer, man? What kind of secrets do you want me to either divulge or drink alcohol? My bad. I knew you were talking about the Silent Hill game. I know. I know. Like I said before, some of these things I'm going to do eventually anyway, because I want to. Like, I want to play the water park game. I want to play the Silent Hill games. But if we unlock them, I'm pretty much just going to start playing them immediately. Like, right now. Versus, it might be like another month or two when the games go on sale or something. You know what I mean? So, Truth or Drink, Bishi, what are your opinions on Nishiki from Yakuza Kiwami? I hate him, and I have no empathy. And I have no empathy for him. It's just a running meme at this point. It's a running gag here at this point. God. I feel like every month someone references that I have no empathy. It's a chat meme at this point. Anna! Anna, you didn't have to do that. Oh, thank you. Everyone give love to Anna, please. Oh, Anna, thank you so much for the 5 subs. You didn't have to, but you did. Thank you. I knew it. I've been waiting for this confession for years. My suspicions were right all along. 5 closer to Silent Hill F. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Anna. Well, this means that we get to do a co-op stream. Did you really beat Peak if you didn't get Bing Bong to the top? Okay, fine. You got me. I swear, I needed all my inventory space to make it, though, because it was just me and Ruuuvo. Maybe, I feel like getting Bing Bong to the top could be doable with a whole group of people, maybe. Helping each other. Escape the scary bathroom. Oh, God. Bathroom dreams are common anxiety dreams. They are. If you have anxiety, you probably had one. My friend just finished F yesterday, writing the Silent Hill F high lately. Yes, I know it's so good. I want to play it really badly, but I made it a goal, so now I have to wait too. Now I also have to wait. Bish, you look nice today. Did you do something with your teeth? Yes, I replaced all of them. I've replaced all of them. Oh, they look great. I think it's time for Ace Attorney. So thank you very, very much, Anna, for your contributions, your generosity, and your friendship. Let's switch over here. Play some Ace Attorney. We still need to plan the playthrough for Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton. Maybe I have a lot going on in November. And I just anticipate I'm going to be canceling a lot of streams, letting y'all know. I might have a lot going on in November, so I'm trying to think. Maybe we could try to start it in, like, December. Have, like, a holiday playthrough together or something. But then you guys do Stuntmas. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. Maybe we could just start it in November anyway. Perhaps. We'll have to plan it. We could do it for Stuntmas? Oh, that would be awesome. I would actually be 100% down for that. Yeah. Let's do the playthrough for Stuntmas. That would be cool. I know y'all do like all kinds of fun, different stuff for that event, so yeah. Let's do it. Did y'all know that Eminem actually opened a pop-up restaurant called Mom's Spaghetti? No. Really? Oh, only for one day, but they said it tasted like school cafeteria spaghetti. Of course it did. It's run by Eminem. I don't know. He's not a spaghetti chef. He's a musical artist. Arm spaghetti. I think you can make that in Sons of Fortune. True. You know how you turn zucchini into noodles for pasta sometimes? But with an arm. Anyway. Ace Attorney. Yeah. I'm always off to the side, so I'm just gonna move my camera. So we're doing day 1 of trial for episode 5 of Dual Destinies. It was revealed 2 streams ago that Athena's fingerprints were on the lighter. And then I thought we were starting the episode today. I'm actually in like the second part of it, because we're doing the trial. First part was investigation, so that's my bad. I forgot. But anyway, we did a bunch of investigation. Athena was in jail. We learned a little bit about her backstory. We learned about how her mom was, I believe, killed. Yeah. And then, oh my God, I don't remember his name. See, I'm just blanking. Blackquill. Blackquill went to prison for that murder, but we don't think that he did it. We've got a bunch of different evidence. In my notes, it says we're going to be defending Athena next time. We want to prove both her and Simon innocent. Aura, who is Simon's sister, thinks Athena killed Athena's mom, and Athena had Cyclops on whether she did it or not, which I'm thinking is just like her internal thoughts being, I'm not sure if I killed her or not. Maybe she blocked it out, doesn't remember what happened. Trauma everywhere. Okay, December 20th, 3:11 p.m. District Court, defend lobby number 5.
I did a little research. I looked into those special Cyclops you mentioned, Mr. Nick.
You did? That's great. I really appreciate it.
A red Cyclops protects a secret person. Sorry, not person. A secret a person is consciously trying to hide. If the person falls under questioning, the lock breaks and the truth comes out.
Yep, that's exactly how I got the truth out of Detective Fulbright and Director Cosmos.
But a black Cyclops protects a secret from the deepest place in a person's heart. A secret that that person isn't even consciously aware of.
See, she doesn't even know. So even they don't know it's there.
Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself.
Okay, so all I have to do is break the Cyclops.
According to my research,
a black Cyclops is like a heavy chain wrapped directly around one's heart. If they're ripped off by force, it could cause permanent damage to a person's soul.
In other words, if I'm not careful, I could traumatize Athena for good. Ooh. Okay. So we can't break the Cyclops. It's almost like we have to bring her to the conclusion that she needs to reveal something. Pearls, could you stay by Athena's side? She must be suffering under the weight of such a heavy burden.
All right. Will you be all right by yourself, Mr. Nick?
I'm up against Edgeworth.
Oh yeah, I forgot we got Edgeworth back.
Edgeworth's back again. Yeah, it's Pearl. It's just Pearl. You guys know Pearl. That's her voice. Back when Pearls was a baby, she used to make this, like, creepy face where she looked really, really serious and was just, like, staring at the camera. And so I started giving her this, like, weird voice every time she looked like that. And now that Pearls has grown up, she still has a serious face, so we gotta keep the bit going, you know? I'm up against Edgeworth. I have to be able to give this trial all of my focus and strength.
And you can't do that if I'm there. I'll just hold you back.
No, that's not it. I just meant I can relax and concentrate if I knew you were with Athena. You're the only one who can do it, Pearls.
All right. I'll do it then. Good luck, Mr. Nick.
Courtroom Yowie! Edgeworth! It's time for your 10:30 p.m. Yowie! Husband's back. I've seen some people theorize that Kristoff's breakdown are his Black Cyclops breaking, hence why he went, like, Super Saiyan. Oh! That's interesting. She's grown up so much. She really has. Alright. Good. Now that my mind is at ease, I'd better get ready. I'll just tidy up the evidence and take out what I don't need. It's time to end this nightmare that started 7 years ago. So late for Yowie. Courtroom Yowie should be at 9 a.m. Dang, all day long, huh? Morning Yowie? December 20th, courtroom number 4. I forgot we're gonna be in the broken courtroom. Defense, prosecution, and judge. There are even people in the gallery. The roof has been completely blown off and the walls have collapsed. But today, this ruin is my battleground. Yowie Court is now in session! Not the damn robot. When I saw this broken courtroom, I was like, oh, I wish we would do a trial in this broken room. And it happened. I made that happen. Court, or some facsimile thereof, is now in session for the trial of Athena Sykes. Do you feel the breeze on your scalp?
Not a facsimile. Facsimile. A facsimile. Old man, this is a proper official trial. Take this more seriously or you'll start hearing the bones of the hostages snap.
Damn. Please try not to upset Miss Blackwell. I'm begging you. Okay. Court is now in session for the very serious and very proper trial of Athena Sykes. There he is! Our other daddy! This is no trial. It's nothing more than a ridiculous farce.
What did you say?
Edgeworth, did you not hear what I just said to his honor? However, this ridiculous farce has a very important meaning for our legal system. Recall the case of the UR1 incident, in which a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. That case ushered in the odious dark age of the law.
I see what you're after. If we can find the real truth behind that case today...
Precisely. The darkness will be dispelled and glory shall be restored to the court system. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you're so sexy! Woohoo! Mamma mia! Wowza zowie zowie! Wow zowie zowie! Guys, can you believe Judge just said that? Oh my god, wow. Just getting the attention of anyone that's not looking at the screen. Made you look. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you sound as if you know something of this truth. I do indeed. A new suspect has emerged in the UR1 case. You actually got my attention. Yes. Yes. Does the judge have to wear sunscreen? I can believe the judge said that. So glad your character development has remained. Of course. This is a new and evolved Edgeworth. A kangaroo court. I know, he looks really good with glasses. So good. The Phoenix and Edgeworth got so much hotter. So much hotter in these games. That's the best thing about Apollo Justice, is how hot these two are. Schrodinger's courtroom. Robot Yowie! It's a thing. Y'all ever see, like, Transformers fan art? I don't know why I somehow stumbled on that at some point, but people draw, you know, Transformers fan art, and it, yeah. So why is Edgeworth back? So, Aura, the one that took hostages, she believes that Athena killed, Athena's mom, who I think Aura loved dearly, and she blames Athena, and she wanted the absolute best prosecutor possible to do a mock trial to see if she's guilty. You know, she wants to get her guilty, so she got the best, and that would be Edgeworth. That's why. She literally just called him up and was like, get over here right now. And he did. So, that's it. Literally daddies. He looks so good, but sees not so good. That's okay. It's okay. I don't see so good either. I love seeing my favorite characters age. They get hotter over time. Exactly. Father and daddy. Okay, but who's father and who's daddy, though? What is their English ship? Rightworth. Oh, yeah. And then Narumitsu is the Japanese version. Which is also very good. I think I always think of Rightworth because I can't always remember their Japanese names. That's all. His ass flew in because he knew Wright was going to be here, yeah. That's the real reason. For 7 years, Simon Blackwell has refused to speak in order to cover for someone else. Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. I'm sorry, Wright. The situation is what it is, and I must do what I must. The prosecution moves to indict Athena Sykes on the on the count of murder in the first degree. Edgeworth stumbled over his words there. Oh! The breeze!
Regardless the circumstance, I intend to question the defendant with all I have. For that is a part of my creed.
Then you'd better bring it.
Oh, he's gonna bring it all right.
If the two of you are ready.
If the two of you are done flirting already.
Court is now in session for the trial of Athena Sykes.
I think my voice is better.
The defense was born ready.
The prosecution is also ready.
That's what he sounds like. He tops for sure. Hey! Oh. Have we talked about that before? Have we talked about who does what? I don't know. I know, imagine it starts raining. All the paperwork, the autopsy report. This immense tension between us. It's like we're picking up right where we left off. Oh, come on now. It's my duty to clear Prosecutor Blackwell of false accusations and end this insanity. He took off the glasses. It's serious now. But I have no intention of losing Miss Sykes either. She's a very promising young lawyer. I know without a doubt that Athena is innocent. But I don't think Prosecutor Blackwell did it either. So, do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage?
At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy.
It's fun to say spy with that voice.
Spy.
Welcome in, weird normal. Oh, that wasn't Bishi inserting a line. That was Phoenix literally saying that. Yes! The tension line? Yes! So you see? It's not a reach! My favorite old gay couple. Oh. They make it too easy. He took off the glasses. You know what that means? He can't see that well. His vision is shot. We'll just hold up a post-it note and we'll say this is evidence that proves that Athena's innocent. And he'll be like, oh, yes, I suppose. I guess so. Shut up and kiss already. The true culprit is a spy. It's going to be hard to convince anyone of that when I barely believe it myself. But I don't have a choice if I want to save Athena and Blackwell and expose the spy.
Now then, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth.
No need for the Chief Prosecutor bit, Your Honor. I'm here as a simple prosecutor.
Very well. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although I've been known of late to give an impressive opening statement myself.
In all the trials I have ever seen, only the prosecution gives an opening statement.
Of course. You're right. I was just joking. Just having a little fun. Just a little silly.
So he wasn't doing them just out of fear. Interesting.
He liked it.
Let's start with a brief overview of the UR-1 incident. The incident occurred at the Cosmos Space Center 7 years ago on October 7th. The victim, psychologist Metis Sykes, was killed in the robotics lab on the 4th floor. Athena's mother, Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor at the time, was found guilty of the crime. There were two deciding factors that led to his guilty verdict. One, Blackwell was the only person in the corridor to the lab at the time of the murder. Alright, let's see. Trial. Day 1. So Simon was the only person in the corridor to the lab at the time of murder, but I don't know. Maybe they're wrong. And 2, this photo, which captured the moment of the crime. Right. And then we have the photograph. But he's just holding it. Like, Edgeworth, you should be familiar with something like this, where someone sees you holding a weapon. It doesn't mean you did it. He should know better. Without the glasses, he'll have to get even closer to Phoenix to see it. Oh no. And what if his prescription's really high and he has to get really close? The fic writes itself. Question. Short versus long hair Blackwell. Oh. I think the long hair is more interesting. Anna likes the long hair. Blackwell holding a bloody sword. Yes. He's so hot when he's being accused of murder.
Very incriminating evidence indeed. It would appear that the only conclusion is that Prosecutor Blackwell did indeed.
Are you kidding me? I'm not accepting any conclusion of the kind. This opening statement is over. Now hurry up and call the witness.
Excuse me, Miss Blackwell, but we must follow proper procedure for these things, you know.
Or perhaps we should heed her wishes, Your Honor. She is the trial's sponsor, after all. Besides, the courtroom is chilly, and sitting for too long can't be good for your back.
Oh, You are very kind to show such concern for the welfare of the elderly. I am so elderly. I shouldn't even be working anymore. Why do they put me in here every day? All I want is my goddamn applesauce, and they keep wheeling me in here into this chair. I don't even know where I am.
Isn't he like 40? They treat him like he's 80. More like the living dead. What is he? 40 something? 50 something? Oh my god.
It is quite chilly, and I, as they say, am freezing my stones off.
Is the judge in here? I don't think the judge is in here, so we're gonna have to Google it. How old is Edgeworth? He's only 34? Was he like in his 20s? I know. Oh, well, I guess, yeah. I guess they were both in their 20s in the original games. And now they're in their 30s. Why do I feel like they're older? Like 34. He's in my dating range. Not as old as they make him. Obviously 40 is elderly, obviously. God. Like a 15-year-old, I guess. Jeez. Oh, God. 15-year-olds think that 20 is old. You know? They just gotta wait till they're 20 and 30, 40. And they'll see it's not so bad. Long hair is always better. I love a man with long hair, right? Right? Oh, you like the short hairs. Current ponytail confuses me. I keep thinking of short hair. That's what I was gonna say is, like, when we see him in the game, we only see him from the front, and his ponytail only pops up sometimes. I wish it was more obvious, maybe. The thick writes itself, more like the thick write himself. Is he thick? Is he? He's in my dating range as well as the judge. I mean... Kiryu was 37 when he got out of prison. Poor Kiryu. As skilled as ever at playing the court puppeteer, I see. The prosecution calls its first witness. A witness who decided to bring forth new testimony after 7 long years. New testimony? And just who is this witness anyway? New testimony after 7 years? Is it you? Bobby Fulbright's the name. In justice we trust. What are you doing here? I'm just here to speak for the hostage taker, Miss Aura Blackwell. She says she's too busy, what with confining and threatening the hostages and all. That doesn't seem to stop her from constantly chiming in through Blanco. I'm nothing more than an observer in this. Do your best. I'm watching you. Leaving her brother innocent, Miss Blackwell has been conducting her own investigation. And though her current actions are hardly lawful, I think we can at least hear her theory. Oh, okay, so she's just giving us a piece of paper. Okay. I have here Miss Blackwell's notes on the investigation she conducted. And I'll be giving testimony based on these notes. Here I go! Okay, so he's standing in for her. Okay. We have Aura's theory. Yeah. Simon isn't the murderer. He was trying to cover for someone. So she's gonna say she thinks he was covering for Athena. The wiki theorizes Judge is 54, in his 50s. Still, the fact that he calls himself elderly, I feel like that's higher age than 54. 54 is not that high up there. Oh, poor Judge. He feels so old in spirit. Thank you for the lurk. Simon isn't the murderer. He was trying to cover for someone. Someone else was at the scene of the crime. Sorry. Someone else? Jesus Christ! Someone else was at the scene at the time they say Simon committed the murder. I mean, if he really was out to steal that moon rock, then why the rolling case? Because he was using it to hide someone inside, that's why. And the only person small enough to fit inside that case was Athena Sykes. Wish Blackwell would cover for me. I thought you would want Blackwell to uncover you. Someone else. And that's Miss Blackwell's theory. It totally goes in the face of the official ruling, huh? About the case she mentions, there were other rolling cases like that one in the lab. But they're not for traveling. They're apparently for moving parts and equipment. I vaguely remember seeing 3 cases, all different sizes. At the last trial, they thought that Prosecutor Blackwell used the case to steal the rock. And they had a perfectly good reason to think that too. You see, there's a security camera in the corridor that leads to the robotics lab. And that camera captured footage of Blackwell leaving the scene with the case. Huh. Okay. Okay, so Aura's saying Blackwell covered for Athena and hid her in the rolling case, not the moon rock. Interesting. And then we have camera footage of Simon leaving the scene with the case. I see why he was found guilty. Okay. I can see why that footage helped to bring his trial to a quick end. It's very convincing, that's for sure. 7-year-old video updated. Video showing the corridor to the crime scene. Blackwell was the only one to pass through at the time of the crime. That case, by the way, was later discovered outside on the Space Center grounds. Was it empty? Speaking of after the incident, where was the defendant Athena Sykes found? She was found on the 5th floor of the Space Center, in the Sykes family residence. Prosecutor Blackwell most likely brought her there after the incident. In addition, it's unknown where Miss Sykes was at the estimated time of death. Miss Sykes was too confused by the shock of her mother's death to give proper testimony, and there was no witness or evidence to tell us where she might have been. So what you're saying is Miss Sykes didn't have an alibi. As a child. That is what the evidence is saying, yes. I understand the reasoning behind the theory, but I'm far from convinced. The victim is the accused's mother. Are you actually claiming an 11-year-old girl? Of course, the girl had a very strong motive. Dr. Sykes was a psychologist who wrote many papers about speech and emotions. You're aware of Athena Sykes' special ability, aren't you, Your Honor? Are you referring to that therapy thing she does? Yes, she's done it quite a few times in court. I've never heard of it before. The ability to read emotions from speech and the subject of her mother's research. Well, as long as it benefits society, I don't see any particular problem researching it. I don't like where this is heading. Not one bit. Dr. Sykes was so intent on her research, she forced her daughter to undergo experiments. Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you seriously suggesting? I've done my best to be delicate, but even you can't deny it to be true, Mr. Wright. No longer able to withstand the anguish of the experiments, Miss Sykes felt her only choice was to kill her own mother. Ah! Order! Order in the court! What a tragic story. I hardly want to believe it myself. But we must proceed. Mr. Wright, if you could. Detective Fulbright, please refer to the notes. Like, she didn't like the headphones, but I don't know if that means that she was being experimented on necessarily. Maybe her mom was trying to research a way to help her, you know? Simon isn't the murderer. He was trying to cover for something. So, Prosecutor Blackwell willingly accepted a death sentence to protect someone else?
Yes, that is precisely what Miss Blackwell appears to believe.
And that is what I believe as well. Prosecutor Blackwell is no murderer, Mr. Wright. But Athena Sykes certainly didn't kill anyone either, Mr. Edgeworth. So it appears neither of us can afford to go easy on the other. Fine. I expected no less. Yeah, don't go easy on him, Edgeworth. Don't go easy on him.
Ooh, I remember this tense atmosphere. It's so invigorating.
He writes the fan fiction. Udgy writes the fan fiction. Also, it's not like her mom was sawing her open. Oh my god. You don't have to be sawed open to be going through something terrible. Damn, Wolf. Oh, I mean, based on what we've heard of what she was put through, it doesn't seem to be awful. But I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is we don't even believe that Athena killed her mom. So we don't think that she would kill her mom, even if she was being put through some kind of bad experiments. But Judge loves courtroom Yowie. It's his favorite. He has a stash of doujinshi stored somewhere. Oh man, this is making me want to go find fan fiction of Wrightworth now. They're really laying it on thick. I'm only reading notes here, but yeah, I feel extra invigorated too. So let's keep going. He makes the doujins himself. He's a doujin artist. Someone else was at the scene at the time they say Simon did the murder.
Hold it!
But we don't know that for sure. But that's just speculation.
Objection!
No, Miss Blackwell has proper grounds for her claims.
Objection!
Then why didn't you say so in the first place?
Objection!
You're the one who screamed, "Hold it," and cut me off. Fine, so maybe I jumped the gun by a teeny-weeny bit. Ha 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 ha. Now I know what they mean when they say close enough to argue. Moving on. They're married. This trial's just foreplay. Just like how fighting each other is for Kiryu and Majima. Oh man. I mean, if he really was out to steal that moon rock, why the rolling case?
Hold it!
This rolling case, I suppose you mean the one that existed in the photo with Prosecutor Blackwell in it. And it's missing, yeah. But was absent when the crime scene photos were taken. Yes, that's the one. And Miss Blackwell has drawn a conclusion from these two photos. She has? And what's that conclusion? You're the one with her notes. Oh, right. Of course. Reading them now. So, why the rolling case? Because he was using it to hide someone inside. That's why.
Hold it!
And how do you propose he hid a person inside one of those cases? Have you forgotten that we just saw such a thing only the other day? At your own daughter's magic show. She fit a grown person into a small box. Oh, yeah. Way to ruin the memory of a good day. Yeah, but that was a magician. That's a professional. A magic show? I wish you would have thought to invite me. Actually, I would have liked to go too. My apologies. I'll invite you both next time. Promise. So, wait a minute. What were we talking about again? Yeah, doesn't that mean they were both at her show? Dad's behavior. Two dads. Prosecutor Blackwell was using the case to hide someone. And the only person small enough to fit inside was Athena Sykes.
Hold it!
But that's nothing more than conjecture, and it's hardly the only possibility. In that case, what do you think Prosecutor Blackwell had in that case? I think it was the moon rock.
Objection!
There were 3 cases at the scene. Prosecutor Blackwell used the largest. The moon rock was egg-shaped and only about 8 inches in diameter. 8 inches. Okay. It wouldn't have made any sense to use the largest case there just to move the rock.
Objection!
Be that as it may, it doesn't prove Miss Sykes was inside. Then let me ask you this. Can you come up with a better theory of what was in the case?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you?
It's whatever thing. It's the best thing someone can just think of. Like that's how this courtroom is going. Okay. Yikes. Give a guy some time to think. Let's see. Should I try to bluff my way through what could have been in that case? Oh. I don't know. I would say probably not. I don't know. Hold on, there's a bug in here and I'm trying to get it. I caught it! That's what you get! Anyway. Sorry. Hope I didn't get it on you guys. I think you're fine. You're okay, chat. You're okay. Here, let me... just in case. Yeah, you're okay. You're gonna be okay. Should I try to bluff my way through what could have been in there? I mean, I saved, so we could just say yeah and see what happens. Because what could have been in there that we have? That would be large. The sword? But they found the weapon somewhere else. Yeah, right there. That's the stuff. Oh. Let's bluff. I know exactly what Prosecutor Blackwell carried from the scene. Just have to find something else that was missing, right? No sweat. Oh, this is totally wrong. Ooh, I'd be very interested in hearing your theory. If it's true, that is. You know what? I give up. No. I'm going back. I'm scared. I'm scared. I know that's not the answer. We're not gonna bluff. Say no. Guess I'd better wait and see how it goes. It's a clever theory, but it doesn't look like they have any solid proof. If I push, maybe I can uncover some flaws. Right. Okay. It could have been a robot. Victim body found on the operating table, a katana, the victim's staff jacket, and a cart were found nearby. Maybe he was covering for, the girl robot. Okay, so the capsule's still there. The rock, I think, is missing. The sword is missing from where it's supposed to be. Moonrock was stolen. The Hope capsule can be seen on the workbench. There are rolling cases for moving equipment, a robot charging station, and a toolkit on the floor. There's a hanging scroll and Japanese theater mask on the wall. What if it was that arm on the table? You know? I think it's Plonko? Is her name Plonko? Because that's her arm on the table. I don't know. Yeah, so that's what was in the room. So they had the moon rock and the sword. There's the jacket. The only person small enough to fit was Athena. Can I show something like this against that? I feel like I'm kind of like doing a shot in the dark with some of these. Maybe we should bluff. I guess, It just didn't feel like that was gonna go well. Not the murderer trying to cover for someone. Man, I'm stumped on this one. I guess let's bluff and see what happens fully. I think bluffing we get from the last one.
Hold it!
Objection!
Objection!
Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. I know exactly what Prosecutor Blackwell carried from the scene. I just had to find something else that was missing, right? No sweat. I'd be very interested in hearing your theory, if it's true. This is a crime scene photo taken after Prosecutor Blackwell left, correct? All we have to do is compare this with this photo of Prosecutor Blackwell to see what's missing. If he took something with him, then it should be in one of these photos. Lady Luck, don't fail me now. All right then, Mr. Wright. Let us hear your theory. What did Prosecutor Blackwell take from the scene of the murder? So we're comparing it with these photos. Well, it looks like the arm is missing. Yeah, the arm is missing 100%. I was even thinking that.
Take that!
Oh, but that's not getting a reaction. Please notice that there is a robot part on top of the cart in this photo. However, oh no, I guess this is it. However, in this photo taken after the crime, the robot part is gone. In other words, this part is something that was taken from the scene of the crime. You do appear to be right. I don't see it in the second picture. But it's just a piece of junk. How important could it be? Is it really just an insignificant robot part? Speaking of which... What are you looking at? I'm gonna start charging for each glance per eyeball. Per eyeball? Stingy, stingy. What happened to the age of free previews? Your Honor. About this robot part. Doesn't it look like it could be an arm from that robot there? Well, now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? But the case is still too big to be practical for just the moon rock and a robot arm. But was it really just the one arm that was in there? If it wasn't Athena in the case, then maybe... This is what I was thinking! Okay. I believe there was another robot at the scene that looks just like the one here. Your Honor, it is the defense's assertion that it was this other robot that was in the case. What? Blanco.
Objection!
We can't be certain that part belonged to the robot. Yes, it looks like the arm of the one before us, but it could be something else entirely. No, I have proof. Besides, it's wrapped entirely in bandaging, making it difficult to verify what it is.
Objection!
I know for a fact that it is a robot arm. I can even tell which robot it belonged to, just by looking at it. With this information, we can investigate whether it was there at the time or not.
But Mr. Wright, I thought you were more of the technologically illiterate type. When did you become such an expert? I feel somehow abandoned.
You see, I don't even have to ad-lib sometimes. Not to worry, Your Honor. I still know next to nothing about machines. But I know this piece of evidence proves which robot the arm belonged to. Yeah.
Take that!
This is exactly what I was thinking. The robot in this picture is named... Oh, Ponko, not Plonko. Ponko. But take a look at Ponko's arm. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up like that. I'm struggling today.
She must have thought that machines heal in the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. It reminds me of my own grandchild.
The robot arm at the crime scene had the same bandaging wrapped around it. In other words, this robot arm could belong to none other than Ponko. Ponko did it!
Order! Order, I say! Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you have to say to this?
I concede that the robot is about the same size as a child, but it cannot grab its knees and curl itself up into a ball. Even if it was the largest of the cases, the robot couldn't have possibly fit in there.
The case comes up to about mid-thigh on Prosecutor Blackwell, and I've lost the ability to speak proper sentences.
A typo.
I see your point. The robot is much taller than that.
Yeah. They've got me there. So then, did Prosecutor Blackwell make Ponko fit into the case by dismantling her, compacting her? I think dismantling? Because that room has... But then the body was there. I mean, how would he compact her? Have we seen them compact? I don't think so. The judge called for an order. Can I get a large pepperoni pizza? It actually sounds pretty good. Dismantle. Of course Ponko would fit. All Prosecutor Blackwell had to do was dismantle her. Once taken apart, the robot could have easily fit inside the rolling case. Appears to be a robot assembly device. Yes.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick?
I remembered that.
Can I get a Whopper? Sounds rather violent, but Mr. Wright does have a point there.
Objection!
Except that there was a body on the table where robots are dismantled and assembled. I did think of that. There would have been no room to take the robot apart.
Objection!
But what if it wasn't done on the table? What if the katana was used instead?
You mean the sword?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Blackwell, I'd like your opinion as a woman of science. Isn't it true that the katana could have been used to take the robot apart? I suppose so. Their joints aren't made of a very tough material. A blade could slice through them. Thank you for your expert opinion, Miss Blackwell. Thanks to you, we now know that the existence of the severed arm in this photo proves that Ponko was taken apart. In addition, since the rest of Ponko was not found at the scene, we can conclude that the true meaning of this photo is very different from the original interpretation.
You can't mean...
That's exactly what I mean. This photo does not capture the moment of the murder. It is instead a picture of the moment after the robot was sliced apart. The blood you see where the arm was cut off was transferred there by the bloody katana. That too, that's how the blood got there. Most likely, the rest of Ponko is scattered around Prosecutor Blackwell's feet. Not hearing this. Therefore, what was transported inside that case was not the defendant, but a robot. Miss Sykes never was at the scene at the time of the murder.
Ah! My head, my body! Where am I? Ah!
It's true that Ponko was found in pieces after the murder. And I'll admit, I repaired her myself afterwards.
Oh. Photo shows Blackquill taking the robot apart. There's a bloodstain on the end of the robot's arm. So he picked up a sword that was bloody because it was used to kill the scientist and used it to dismantle the robot. What is the story here?
Yes,
I'm finally making some progress. Hopefully, I've gotten at least one step closer to proving both Athena and Prosecutor Blackquill innocent.
Objection!
Well played, Mr. Wright. You've made your point abundantly clear. I concede that it wasn't the defendant inside the rolling case, but the robot. All right. What's going on here? It's never good when he plays things this straight. Does the prosecution withdraw its claim that the defendant was carried from the scene? No, Your Honor. My claim has not changed.
Objection!
But Ponko and Miss Sykes couldn't have both been inside the case.
Objection!
The notion that the case was used to carry Miss Sykes was Miss Blackwill's theory. I have been of a different opinion from the outset. Now I finally have the opportunity to voice my theory. My game theory. Thanks to the defense. Edgeworth. He's been one step ahead of me this whole time. In that case, how do you propose the defendant left the crime scene? Too straight, you say? Simple. The footage only shows Prosecutor Blackquill from behind. What's more, well, so does the picture. He's holding his arm in front of his body, as if he were holding something, or someone. What? That's hardly evidence. I have proof. The surcoat Prosecutor Blackquill was wearing. Oh. The victim's blood was found on the front of it, and the stain had a highly distinctive shape. A blood stain? With a distinctive shape? Please continue, Prosecutor Edgeworth. 7 years ago, the defendant was known to constantly wear a certain item, of which there is only one in the world. A special pair of headphones made just for her.
she always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research.
Analysis showed the bloodstain to be in the exact same shape as these headphones. Okay, speaking of theories, I have a theory on what happened. They tend to only be 20% correct, so bear with me. I think that Athena might have been there, but she did not directly murder her mom. I think that maybe a robot did it, either Ponko or someone else. And Athena wanted to protect the robot because the robots were like her siblings. And so Blackquill took the fall kind of for everybody else. Like, he protected Athena and the robot because Athena wanted to protect the robot. That's what I think. Maybe. Now, the reason why the robot did it, I'm also wondering if maybe it's kind of like because of Athena, like maybe her mom was doing or saying something that Athena didn't like, and the robot picked up on that, and so it like followed her emotions and killed the mom when she didn't want her to do that. You know what I mean? Been suspecting the robot since the beginning. Yeah. You know? But for like why Blackquill is in jail and not a robot, I think maybe something like that might have happened. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Some theory music. I know. It's fine. Analysis showed the bloodstain to be in the exact same shape as the headphones. What? In other words, this was no mere blood spatter. The blood went from the victim's body to the headphones and then was imprinted onto Prosecutor Blackwill's coat like a stamp. Most gruesome stamp indeed. Blackquill carried Miss Sykes, who had been hit by splatter, away from the crime scene. Because there is a scene where she's covered in blood. So I think she was there. I don't think she killed her mom, though. This proves that Athena Sykes was, without question, present at the crime scene. And that concludes the prosecution's argument. Yeah, I think it's like an accident, or like they weren't thinking, you know, something like that, or like what I said, maybe Athena's emotions was like affecting the robots or something, you know, I don't know.
Order! If the defendant was indeed at the scene, it deepens the suspicion against her.
Objection!
We've also shown that the robot was there at the scene as well.
Objection!
Yeah, because Ponko was there. I hope you're not making the ridiculous claim that a simple robot was the real murderer. No. I don't really think that, no. But you can't say the possibility isn't there. Detective Fulbright, was the robot questioned at the time? No, I don't see any record of it. I believe it was considered unrelated to the case. But, as it turned out, the robot was actually integrally related. Your Honor, the defense would like to call Ponko to the stand.
A robot witness?
Come on, Edgy. This is not too strange.
Order! Order! Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you think about this?
Mr. Wright has called all manner of witnesses to the stand over the years. Exactly. So why not a robot? Nothing surprises me anymore with him.
Very well. I will allow the witness. Bailiff, summon the robot named Ponko!
I was thinking about the robot creating machine too. I was thinking that too, actually. I'm thinking either the robots or the machine, right? Because she's sitting on the machine chair thing. I keep wanting to look up spoilers, but I'm trying to be patient and figure it out with you. I know, I'm sorry. I think we'll probably finish this case in a few more streams, because we're already in the day one of the trial. We'll see how long they drag it out. I feel like with every episode in the game, the trials get longer, but we'll see. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is not Witness. My name is Ponko.
Yes, I realize that. But when you are at the witness stand, you are the witness.
No, I'm not. I'm Ponko. Say it with me. Ponko.
What an utterly inflexible little robot. You're the last person who should be calling anybody inflexible.
You remind me of my grandchild who just learned his own name. Oh, how precious. His name is also Ponko.
All right, Ponko. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Questions? You have questions? Hooray! What are your questions?
I want to know if you were there at the scene of the murder of Metis Sykes. It was 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, around 2 p.m. in the robotics lab.
Certainly. Just one moment. Searching data. Search complete.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, chat. His name is what? His name is what? I said his name is Ponko. Little Ponko. I know Ponko's cute. I think we're good. Okay.
Certainly. Just one moment. Searching data. Search complete. Yes, I was there in the robotics lab.
It would seem this robot's testimony is necessary to this case after all. This is great. I just knew Ponko must have seen something important.
A murder committed right before this poor little girl's eyes. It's inexcusable!
The judge seems ready to adopt Ponko as another grandchild.
I'll name them Ponko 1 and Ponko 2. So, little Ponko, do you think you can give us your testimony today, sweetie pie? My little sugar cube?
I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to recharge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metis. And then Mommy Metis fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
Oh, no. Oh, this is gonna make her look even worse. I'm back. Are you sure?
After I charged up, I was cleaning the room and Mr. Simon came in. And then an error occurred. There is no data after that point.
Ooh.
Well, it sounds like the defendant was, without question, at the scene. However, it doesn't appear that the witness saw the actual moment of the murder.
I disagree. This testimony shows that the defendant did indeed commit the crime.
Not necessarily.
Robot trauma. What? At the end of the day, we mustn't forget that this witness is still a machine. Being a robot, its understanding and capacity to express itself are limited.
So, what are you suggesting?
The witness's statements need to be interpreted. For example, the terms hugged and then later fell down. Adults don't usually fall down after being hugged by a child.
They don't, but I don't know.
Yes. What this witness's statements are telling us is that the defendant stabbed the victim with a murder weapon during this moment. I think I keep tripping up because there's so many different voices today.
What?
Ooh! Before Miss Sykes hugged Dr. Sykes, did the two of them converse?
Yes, they did. They spoke to each other very loudly, but I don't know what they said. Athena is usually so quiet, so I was surprised.
Oh god, and they were having an argument. Spoke very loudly. We can interpret this to mean they argued.
I see. Murder after a heated argument. And then the victim fell down. I agree, it does sound like a reasonable interpretation. However, Ponko doesn't seem to remember anything that happened after that.
When I am recharging, I go into sleep mode. But I remember everything before that. I have a very good memory.
You may as well admit defeat now, right? A cross-examination would be useless. Don't be ridiculous. A cross-examination is never useless. Until now. Think about it. Robots don't lie. This robot is both an important witness and valuable evidence at the same time.
Well, a parrot doesn't lie either, and we cross-examined a parrot.
Nevertheless, I will have my cross-examination. I see you haven't changed. You never were one to worry about wasting time.
Very well. Even if it may be a waste of time, you may proceed, Mr. Wright.
I'll show you both just how fruitful any cross-examination can be. I'll show you. I'll show all of you. Okay. No, hips don't lie. Robots can lie. Hips are the only thing that can't. Okay, I went to the robotics lab at 2 p.m. for my regular recharge.
Hold it!
Your regular recharge? What is that exactly? Okay, hold on.
I have to refill my battery's power, or else I stop working. I go to the lab to do that.
So that recharge occurred around 2 p.m., around the time of the murder.
That's right. I go every day at 2 p.m. I go every day at 2 p.m.
Plot is getting juicy, but I gotta go to bed. No worries, Ruuuvo. I know you gotta get your sleep. We'll see you later. Well, I'll see you later, for sure. Good night, Ruuuvo. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metis.
Hold it!
Hugged her, huh? Which Edgeworth took to mean stabbed her with a weapon. You said the two of them were talking before Miss Sykes hugged her mother, is that right?
Yes, they were talking very loudly, but I couldn't tell what they were saying.
Well, what were their emotions? Aren't they supposed to be able to detect that? Couldn't tell, even though they were speaking so loudly.
I'm only allowed to listen to voices that are directed at me.
Oh. But listen to every voice. It'd be little better than a mobile eavesdropper. Well, that explains why some of Ponko's testimony is so vague. It's a shame that our little friend wasn't listening in, however. We could have learned what they were talking about just before Dr. Sykes was killed. Now then, what happened after that? Hey? And then Mommy Metis fell down. After that I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
Hold it!
I don't want to delve too deeply here, but... could you tell us how the victim appeared and acted at this moment?
Mommy Metis was very surprised when she was hugged. I heard her heart pound.
Her heart? Okay, well that would prove that she didn't die, because it was an instant death because she was stabbed directly in the heart. Mr. Wright, have you forgotten about this document we found in the robotics lab? These robots have a heartbeat detection system. I hope she adds this to the testimony. Now that he mentions it, I do remember reading something like that there. They detect the presence of people by the sound of their heartbeats. Well, wait a minute. That means... if Dr. Sykes really did die at this moment... Ponko, how was Dr. Sykes after she fell down? Would you still hear the sound of her heartbeat?
Let's see. The moment she fell, her heart was pounding. After that, I don't know. I started recharging just then.
Of all the unlucky timing, if you had heard anything after that, it could have possibly proved that the hug wasn't actually the moment of the murder. Well, I think it still proves that.
I'm very sorry. I'm afraid I don't know. I'm very sorry.
The robot is designed to go into sleep mode automatically, so it can't be helped. But it does appear it detected an increased heart rate at the moment of the stabbing. That's not a bad thing.
After Mommy Metis's heart started pounding in surprise, she fell by the window. It was the round window on the workbench side of the room.
So that's over here. Yeah, so she didn't die there. The workbench, huh? Ponko must be talking about that table to the right of where the giant robot is now. That's the opposite side of the room. Is there something critical in Ponko's statement just now? Yes. Your Honor, I believe this statement is critical. I would like it added to her testimony. Very well.
Ponko, would you please add that statement to your testimony, sweetie? That's a good little girl.
Mommy Metis fell down near the round window on the workbench side of the room. Okay, this is gonna be it. Let's see. There are 2 round windows in the robotics lab. Which one did you mean?
The one on the right, near the hanging scroll. That hanging scroll was Mommy Metis's prized possession.
Okay, in the pictures of the crime scene from 7 years ago, there is definitely a hanging scroll and a Japanese theater mask hanging on the workbench side wall. But is there some problem with this statement? Yes? Okay. We could press on the other 2 dialogues, but I also know the answer here. I guess we'll press anyway. After I charged up, I was cleaning the room and Dr. Simon came in. Prosecutor Blackwell? I wonder what he went there for. Did I say Dr. Simon? I meant Mr. Simon.
His objective? I don't know. I don't know.
I guess I can't very well ask Ponko to speculate. So what happened after Prosecutor Blackwell arrived? An error occurred. There's no data after that point. You don't remember what happened next? An error, huh? I wonder if...
All data is suddenly cut off at that point. I don't know anything after that.
Maybe that's when Blackwell cut her up. The answer to that question is right here. According to the defense's theory, this photo shows when the robot was being taken apart. Exactly. We can conclude that Ponko's error was the result of her being dismantled. Indeed. bodies of these robots are designed to be controlled remotely by a separate computer. Yes, that's basically what Miss Blackwell explained to us too. She said their hearts were making some weird noises. Welcome in, Peace Man. What an entrance! Welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday? Friday Eve. We're playing some Ace Attorney, doing some silly voices. Look, I'm having some GI issues. Hey, it's happens to the best of us. It's alright. They're parts, more like. Welcome in, Peace Man. She said their hearts and memories are stored on a separate computer, right? When the witness was taken apart, she lost the use of her body, but not her memories. That's how she is now still able to give testimony about the events of that day.
Fascinating. It's as if she can be seriously wounded, but her soul still burns.
There are a few parts of Ponko's testimony that are hard to interpret. Edgeworth chose to interpret hugged as stabbed, but I'd better try to iron out who did what, where, and to whom for myself. Hold on, Athena. I'm going to save you. Alright, well, we know the answer now. Oh, you meant farts. Okay. I was like, farts? Okay. Let's go with that. Let's see. Yeah, so we're gonna present to this. With this.
Objection!
Ponko, your statement may have just inspired a breakthrough. I was helpful? Hooray! I'm so happy! Just to be sure, let's go over it again, okay? The victim fell near the window on the workbench side of the room. However... her body was discovered on the operating table.
But the operating table and the workbench are two different locations.
Exactly, Your Honor. We've just learned a new crucial fact. What could explain the two very different locations of the body? I'll tell you what. The defendant moved the body. The victim moved, I guess. Hyper-focusing on the tattoo I mentioned previously. Ooh, you're working on the design? I hope it comes together soon. And I'm sure it's gonna be amazing once you do finally get it. I would love to see pictures and stuff if you want to post them. Once you get it narrowed down. And this is gonna be your first tattoo, right? An 11-year-old girl couldn't have moved the heavy body of an adult, so the only explanation is that the victim walked to the operating table herself. In other words, what Ponko observed near the workbench couldn't possibly have been the moment of the murder.
Ooh, I'm very relieved to hear that. Glad to know that the murder wasn't committed in front of little Ponko here.
What about the daughter? Yes. As we just heard in the testimony, Miss Sykes hugged her mother, nothing more.
Objection!
That face. Right. It's been 8 years, but you're still just as green as ever.
Green? But I can't recall ever seeing Mr. Wright in anything but a blue suit.
Hey, blue's my favorite color. What can I say? If the defendant couldn't move the body herself, she could have had it moved for her. Moved for her? But Miss Sykes and Dr. Sykes were the only ones there. I agree. Since this robot is equipped with a heartbeat detection system, it would have been aware of another person's presence if someone else had been there. We can therefore conclude that the defendant and the victim were the only ones present.
And who do you suggest moved the body?
Don't you know it's in the nature of a robot to help people do things? Miss Ponko, allow me to ask you a question.
My name is Ponko. Say it with me. Ponko.
Oh, he said Ponko, like Ponko crumbs.
Edgeworth!
I believe you said that you were cleaning after Dr. Sykes fell down. Did you happen to move something large onto the operating table?
Yes, I did. Athena asked me to.
Oh, good lord! Athena asked you to? And what did you move, little Ponko?
I don't know. Unless something has an ID tag, I can't tell what it is.
An ID tag, you say?
Yes, a tag with a barcode on it. We robots scan them to tell us what a thing is.
That paper in the lab did mention something about that. Recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag, it said, and hers was on the floor. So it would appear that Miss Ponko here can't identify what it moved.
My name is Ponko.
Get it right, Edgeworth. But we humans have the power to imagine what it was, do we not? Oh, we do? Well, I do, at the very least. Miss Ponko, on the defendant's command, moved the body onto the operating table. Oh, Lord. Ah! Just hit after hit. I think we're making progress, and then Edgeworth's like, no. No. Welcome in, Dreamer.
Howdy.
I adore Miles, but do not bully Ponko. No, we love Ponko in this house. We love Ponko. I'm really hoping Ponko didn't do it. Because, like, if Ponko was asleep, then I guess it's possible she didn't do it. I don't know. We're still figuring things out. I have some theories, but we'll see. We shall see. Don't tell me anything. Who told Edgeworth to recite what he said last night? Oh, good lord. Are we sure the judge is 50 and not like 2? He's just like Benjamin Button. He was born old and he's getting younger. Brainstorming ideas. Currently thinking about a rose where the stem is wrapped around her paw print. That sounds really cute. Yeah, I remember the other day you said someone suggested like a bed of rose petals. You could even just have the paw like superimposed on top of like an open rose. The stem wrapped around the paw sounds cute too. I think there's probably a bunch of different designs that could be there. And like I said, if you find a particular artist that you really like the sound of, they might be able to kind of help you brainstorm too, and then also like tell you what they would be able to do for you too. Yeah. Fun fact, did you notice that both the Blackwells are really hot? It's kind of unfair. I know, right? Especially Aura. Like, I know that she's holding people hostage right now, and she's threatening to break their bones and kill them, but she's such a baddie. And maybe baddie too, but wouldn't be the first baddie I like. Yeah, thought about the paw on top of the rose, though they would be rather large. Right? I guess it could be kind of large, yeah. I want Aura to step on me and dominate me. You have no idea. Oh my god. Same. Same. Both of them baddies, but only one is a baddie, you know what I mean? Right. A bad baddie, I suppose. Ponko, did you really move Dr. Sykes' body? This is really important. Isn't there any way you could tell?
I don't know. Without an ID tag, I can't tell.
Well, we could ask her Did the thing you were holding have a heartbeat? I mean, isn't it that simple?
Give it up, right? If the victim's heart was stopped, the robot's detection system would be useless. Furthermore, Dr. Sykes usually wore her white coat while she was working. She kept the jacket with her ID tag on it draped over a chair in the robotics lab, and only wore it for special occasions. Okay? In other words, the victim was not wearing her ID tag at the time. From the robot's point of view, her body was simply just another object.
Objection!
I see what he's saying, but Ponko's equipped with a facial recognition system. If she really did move the victim, she would have recognized the body as Dr. Sykes. But she didn't. So that means...
Objection!
A face can easily be covered with a piece of cloth, a mask, or anything else for that matter. With her facial features hidden, the robot wouldn't be able to tell it was Dr. Sykes. He's right. To summarize, Miss Sykes stabbed her mother near the workbench. Then, using the robot, she moved the body to the table, where she removed the sword and was stained in blood.
This is a lot of reaching, though.
Order! But if that's the case, then I have a question. What time is nap time? And also, why did the defendant move the body to the operating table in the first place? Right?
You want a reason? Very well.
What?
You can't possibly have an explanation. Your emotions blind you to the truth. You could learn a lot from our robot friends. Calm and rational thought will open your eyes to the truth in front of you, Mr. Wright. Now then, do you remember the operating table's one special feature?
I believe I read that robots can be assembled and disassembled there, isn't that right?
That's right. And to the defendant, who was just a child at the time, the table was like a magic box that could make robots appear or disappear in seconds. But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me what she could do. Well, then maybe something happened to her mom, but Athena didn't do it, and then Athena tried to help her mom by putting her on the table. You can't possibly be suggesting this young, sheltered girl had a difficult time distinguishing robots from people. Take a look at Ponko's arm. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up like that. Bandaged it up. God. I'm slipping over. There's like 3 or 4 words today that I just can't say today. I don't know. It's still really dark, right? Baddie's such a funny term to me. It's so silly. Yeah, when you think about it. In my opinion, this is one of the darkest cases in the series. It has been. I mean, even just this game in general has been very, like, a lot of blood and violence. What do you think about Edgeworth? He's easily my favorite Ace Attorney character. Yes, I love Edgeworth. I actually want to cosplay Edgeworth at some point. I have the wig already that I wore on stream forever ago. Once, yeah. But I don't have like a full costume or anything because it's like a whole suit. But I would love to do that. I do love Phoenix as well. I love Phoenix. I love Edgeworth. I love Maya. I would say those are probably my top 3 favorites from the whole series. There's a splash of other characters that I also like. Like, I like Apollo. I like Athena. I like Pearls. Oh, Miss Mia. I love Mia. A baddie taken from us too soon. Yeah, I love Edgeworth. It's hard for me to say if I like Edgeworth or Phoenix more. I feel like I love them both pretty equally, I think. And of course I love Maya. Oh no, maybe she messed with the robot machine and thought it would help fix her mom, but it hurt her. Oh god, yeah, I don't know. I do still have that theory too, that maybe the table itself hurt her. I don't know, with how it's sounding, it sounds like she wanted to put her mom on the table maybe because she got hurt already. But of course I don't believe Athena hurt her. We'll just have to see. Mia had 2 huge assets and was a brilliant lawyer. An angel gone too soon. Assets, huh? Oh. She must have thought that machines heal in the same way people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. Reminds me of my grandchild. No way. I refuse to believe it. Miss Sykes made a childish, naive, and cruel mistake. She thought that if a robot could be dismantled and vanish without a trace... Oh, no, 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 yeah. See, I'm thinking it's the opposite. I think she put her on there to try to help fix her. Prosecutor Edgeworth! And that's very dark what he's implying. If you're about to claim what I think you are... That makes me feel very sad inside. I demand that you word it as delicately as you can! I can only handle so much. With all due respect, Your Honor, all I can do is present the truth as it stands. The reason the defendant moved the victim's body to the operating table...
Hold it!
No! Don't say another word. Just stop. Was to dismantle the evidence so that she could get away with her crime. That can't be. True! My only critique of these games, no mention of Mia. I know. Where is the baddie? Bring her back. I don't care if she's a ghost. Bring her back. Order in the court! Order, I say! Edgeworth, she was just a little kid. How can you say such a horrible thing? Horrible? Like I said, you're just as green as ever. I came here today as a prosecutor to seek only the truth. No more, no less. My theory is simply the result of a rational consideration of every possibility.
Objection!
But dismantling isn't the table's only function. It can make repairs as well. It's conceivable that Miss Sykes moved her mother to the table in order to fix her. I suppose that could be another way of interpreting it. But dismantle or repair, it doesn't matter either way. What do you mean? After murdering her mother, Miss Sykes may have come to her senses. Perhaps she did want to make it appear as if it had never happened. And that's why she tried to repair her mother. Yes, that is one possible explanation. But we mustn't forget the facts of this case. The victim was observed to fall down after being hugged by the defendant, and the body was moved per the defendant's command. These 2 facts that indicate the defendant's guilt, remain unchanged. This just can't be true. Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence to refute the prosecution's claim? Evidence? Right, evidence. Let's see. Can't think of any. I'm afraid I don't have any evidence. Since becoming chief prosecutor, I've learned that the truth isn't always pretty. Now, accept the truth, Mr. Wright. Your subordinate murdered her own mother. Your Honor, the prosecution demands a verdict. The hostages have suffered enough. What a terrible and tragic conclusion. If the defense has no counter-argument, I see no need to further prolong this trial. Edgeworth's argument seems solid enough. But there's no way Athena could have ever done anything like that. What do I do? There has to be something. But I can't think of a single thing. Objection! Who said that? Oh? Prosecutor Blackwell? There's his hair. This is quite the farce you are conducting here. I could die from laughter. Blackwell's back. Back again. With his hair. Ponytail. One of my favorite relationships in Ace Attorney was Mia and Lana. Oh, two baddies, top of the class, who liked each other platonically. Mia and Lana. Right, Lana, yes. Lana Sky. I forgot they were besties. Oh. Yeah, what was that in the third Ace Attorney game? God, it's been so long since I played the games. Miss Lana. Are both baddies. But was it platonic? We have to thirstify everything. Edgeworth and Blackwell. Mia Fey is the best. One of my first costumes. Oh yeah, that was one of your first costumes. She was the defendant in Case 5 in the first game. So a long time ago. Bonus case in the first game. Man. That's why I couldn't really remember. I remembered it as soon as I saw her face, but... I barely remember their backstory. I do remember they were friends, though. Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is that your argument is based on an entirely false premise. Go on, we're listening. Would this be the miracle I need? But what is Prosecutor Blackwell trying to pull here? 7 years. For 7 long years, this case has been on my mind. Not for an instant did I not think of it. I'm the one who killed my mentor, and don't think you can alter that fact now. Your baldness, I will take to the stand, and I won't take no for an answer.
Of course, Prosecutor Blackwell, please, go ahead. He scares me.
7 years ago. Yeah, Mia was a lawyer. Oh, yeah, Lana was the prosecutor. They were both brilliant, had little sisters. Maya and... Oh, Emma was her younger sister. I forgot about that. Yeah, Emma, I remember her. Oh my god, I forgot Lana was her sister. It's been so... Yeah, Emma Sky. It's been so long. So long. I feel like when I played the first Ace Attorney game, I was like a different person. Like, that's how long it was ago. It's like they were like a female version of Phoenix and Edgeworth. Oh. Like yin and yang. We met Emma as a baby, and then she was our detective buddy in the first Apollo. Right, right. Yeah, I remember Emma. I really do remember her. So she was the one that liked to do the forensic science and stuff, like the fingerprints and things like that. Yeah. I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes. But when I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. And then I committed the act. How cathartic it was.
He's lying. But little Ponko here witnessed the victim falling. In other words...
Objection!
I don't need any of your other words, old man. I can guess what happened.
Which would be what?
She fell means she fell. Merely that. A mother and child fooling around. Perhaps she tripped. Not that it matters. When I entered the lab, there was no trace of Dr. Sykes to be seen. There was no dead body, either, of course. Meaning, she must have left the room.
So the murder occurred after the time period Ponko described in her testimony?
You should hardly take stock in the words of a wind-up toy.
Objection!
Then how do you explain the fact that the defendant had the robot move something? Athena was always tinkering with robots on the operating table to amuse herself, and she always had Ponko move the heavy ones for her. That day was no different. Ponko moved a heavy robot for Athena.
Okay.
This is awful. What he's saying seems to make sense, and yet...
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you trying, even now, to turn away from the truth? Don't you realize we could bring the dark age of the law to a close today?
Objection!
You expect too much from me. I'm just a murderer, beyond redemption. Why don't you just let me go, so I can settle down into hell? Prosecutor Blackwell's execution is tomorrow. The truth doesn't come out now. It's all over. I can fix him. I bet you could, Anna. I bet you could. The power of love. The dramatic, snooty objections back to back, right? The tension. Are you saying that the little girl and the robot had nothing to do with the murder? He can make me worse. Also highly likely. That's right. So let's hear your verdict. If we don't hurry, I might miss the ferry across the Styx.
Don't you dare, Judge. Don't forget, I have hostages over here. And Simon, how long are you going to cover for her?
Miss Blackquill. Forgive me, Aura. I never wanted you to do anything like this for me. But you agreed to this trial. If you have a counter-argument, present your evidence. That's the rule of the courtroom. Isn't that right, Chief Prosecutor? Blackquill, you selfish...
Well, to be frank, I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry.
To be frank, I don't like this, but it's my duty to make a decision. If no one has a counter-argument, I will announce my verdict.
Is this really happening? Is it really going to end just like it did 7 years ago?
I wanted to do it so bad. Even now. I want to fly out of here and go save him.
No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial. I don't think Athena will ever forgive me.
Frank, I thought he was judge. Hi, Frank.
I'm Bishi. I recommend playing the Ace Attorney duology after you finish this in Spirit of Justice.
Oh, great, Ace Attorney Chronicles. Yeah. I actually finished that earlier this year.
My full playthrough is up on YouTube. I know that. I think I finished it in maybe like the summer? So it was a few months ago. But yeah, I finished up the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and then we jumped into this game. Yeah, it was great. I loved it. There was a lot of British voices in that one. A lot of different accents in that one, but it was pretty fun. I liked it a lot. I really liked the 3D art in that one as well. It was very, very good. Definitely different than this. Which even this is... It's not the worst in the world, but, you know, it's definitely a lot better in Chronicles. This one, sometimes the faces and the animations, I'm just a little like... Didn't love that one. But, you know, they're trying to go in that new direction with the 3D art in this game, you can see. And they improve it in the next game, apparently, so... I can't let this happen. But I just don't have the evidence to counter Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony.
Yeah, his hair is really long.
I guess from being in prison so long, he's just let it grow for 7 years. Athena! Athena! What are you... Are you feeling okay? I can hear it. I can hear the voice of his heart. He's hiding something. Ah, we're gonna do the emotion thing. If he really is, I could sure use Athena's help here. Her power might be just the thing to get us through this.
Objection!
Sykes, Dono. No need for you to chime in here. Just accept that you're innocent.
Objection!
He's definitely protecting her from something. These past 7 years, they've been just as hard on me, you know? What are you talking about? Do you remember? That horrible, horrible trial.
Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart's screaming that he didn't kill her. Even now, every time I stand in a courtroom, it comes back to haunt me.
Oh, this is from the first game. I mean, the first case. Whew.
Not being heard, no matter how hard you try. Feeling so helpless.
Not this guy.
Caught in people's stares. So scared it feels like your chest is in a vice. I'm terrified of courtrooms. I want to run out of that door even now.
And yet, you found a way to keep your fears at bay. I'm a lawyer.
Thanks. That's because one day, I came to realize I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. This day has finally come. The day I've been looking forward to with all my heart. This is why I became a lawyer. This is why I studied psychology. It was all to save you from this false conviction.
But, Miss Sykes, do you realize what it would mean? You are the accused, after all. You prove Prosecutor Blackwell innocent, then...
The only thing that matters is the truth. It's my duty to find out what that truth is. Simon, please give me this chance. A chance to shake off this fear that's been with me for 7 years, and to face the truth.
Athena's being so brave, confronting her past like this. This might really be the last chance to save them both. Prosecutor Blackwell, please testify one more time about the incident 7 years ago. Fine, but your efforts will surely be in vain. For I am not a man who can be cut down easily.
Here we go, Simon. Let me hear the voice of your heart.
Getting a little emotional. All right.
Time for the beeping!
Well, I catch up with chat. What a wonderful sound to have in the background. It's taking my time reading these messages here. I'm really hoping that he thinks it was Athena, but then really it was neither of them. I'm begging here. Right, I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm really, really hoping. The teeth statue man, I know. I hated seeing him again. Every time Athena succumbs to despair, I just want to hug her and tell her everything will be okay. I know. I feel so bad for her. All right. Let's get through this beeping. I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes. We have anger. And joy? Look at her just standing there.
My mom said it's my turn on the Xbox.
When I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. We have happy. And then I committed the act. How cathartic it was. Happy. There's anger and happy here. I guess I'll do happy? Because why is he happy that she's there if he wants to kill someone there? Like, wouldn't he just be angry?
Got it.
Yeah. Athena.png. This feeling of happiness. Even though the person you were looking for wasn't there, you felt happy. Why is that? It's simple. When I was looking for Athena and hadn't found her yet, I grew worried. But when I saw her in the robotics lab, I was happily relieved. Look at that. Okay. Just now, you said that you went to the Space Center to kill Dr. Sykes, but the first thing you did was look for her daughter instead? I had no intention of harming Athena. I wanted to confirm that she was safe first. It was just a part of my plan. Nothing contradictory about that. Ugh. The second I find an inconsistency, he cuts it down.
Simon knows the principles of analytical psychology. There's less noise now, but I don't see any instabilities we can latch onto.
I was afraid of that. We'll just have to keep chipping away at him then, bit by bit. Could you update his testimony, Athena?
You got it, boss.
Okay. Went to the Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes, angry. Oh, shit. When I found Athena in the robotics lab, I was relieved. But I would not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes. Sad! And when she did, I plunged the katana in. That's different!
Got it!
Why are you sad? Not even you can falsify your emotions, Prosecutor Blackwell. What? When you said that you killed Dr. Sykes in your testimony, you felt sadness. Why would someone who had lain in wait to kill her be sad at her death? Such an obvious attack. Yes, I felt sadness, but it wasn't for her. I felt sorrow for Athena and her circumstances. He can't be talking about that, can he?
That was just a convenient subject for her research.
Dr. Sykes was so intent on her research, she forced her daughter to undergo experiments. My objective was to save Athena from an obsessive scientist who treated her own daughter like a research subject. What? So now he's saying his motive was to save Athena? I went to the psychology lab first. That's where I would usually find Athena playing. But that day was different. I heard someone crying in the robotics lab next door. Was Athena being subjected to yet another experiment? I thought, as I went to see. Conveniently, Athena had cried herself to sleep, so all I had to do was wait and kill. So that's why he was relieved when he saw Athena. But is this story really true? I'm not sure how much to believe.
Mr. Wright?
How are you doing, Athena? Still hanging in there?
I'm a lot stronger than I look, boss. Now take a look at this. The noise level actually increased.
Whoa! So he's lying even more. He's making shit up! Went up? I've never seen it do that before.
Prosecutor Blackwell is lying somewhere in his testimony. As a matter of fact, he's piling lie on top of lie in an attempt to make his claims sound more believable. He's trying even harder to suppress his true feelings, and that's what's causing the noise.
How in the world should I approach this? An evidence-based approach might work if I can find a contradiction. Otherwise, I should look for an inconsistency in his emotions. There are no flaws in my testimony, and his baldness is prepared to give his verdict. Give up on this lost cause, and let the law free me of these chains already.
Objection!
Let me die! I don't think so. Not while I'm around. He was thinking for a second. Now, contradictory testimony or inconsistent emotions. Which should I tackle first? Well, here's his testimony. She had cried herself to sleep, so all I had to do was wait and kill. I bet there is an inconsistency. So let's try that first. Okay, let's present some evidence here.
Got it, boss.
Oh, I don't know if we're ready for evidence.
But if you want to go back to looking for inconsistent emotions, just let me know. I can easily switch back.
Okay, that's good. I heard crying from next door. Of course I was worried. I hurried over and opened the door to the robotics lab. Before I could lead Athena out of there, curse my luck, Dr. Sykes came in. And Ghost came in with a raid! A poopy raid. Welcome in, Ghost. Let me get a shout out for you. Oh, some Sonic! Sonic Unleashed. Is that the one where he turns into like a werehog? A werewolf hedgehog? I hope y'all were having a wonderful time. Welcome in. How'd it go? Welcome in Banquos and Ghost. We're playing some Apollo Justice, some Ace Attorney. We're in the 5th case, which is like the ending. But there is like a DLC case after this one. But this is like the original last case. Phoenix might be a bluffing master, but I just love the fact that he believes in his clients until the bloody end. Except Matt and Guard. F that guy. I don't even remember him. The name sounds familiar. My memory is so bad. The spaghetti's ready. What do you put in your spaghetti? Like what sauce? What kind of meat we talking? What kind of spaghetti is it? I usually would make spaghetti in the past with like ground beef and like traditional flavor. I think it was like Prego sauce. That was my thing. And with seasoned meat. But me and Ruuuvo have been trying to get away from using ground beef. So nowadays we make spaghetti with we usually get this like frozen vegan sausage. And I just fry that up, and it's pretty good. It is really good. But I always have to go to like a special store to find the sausage, so I haven't had spaghetti in so long, actually. Okay, Matt was the one with the bangs over his eye, and then revealed a bunch of scars. I guess I'll just look him up. I will know him as soon as I see him. Probably. I was seeing if I could remember, but... Oh, yeah. He was like a rock star or something. Oh god, yeah, his freak out was pretty good. Yeah, he was a two-faced little bitch. Yeah, how does everyone do their spaghetti? Because I feel like everyone does it differently. The floor is open. The hog got unleashed. It is the one. Okay. I thought so. I haven't played it, but I've seen other people play it. It has fun levels, but they do everything to stop you from playing them. Oh my god. I've heard it's not great, but is it like so bad it's good? You know. And then apparently the music was really good. Yeah. The music's so good in many levels, but the medals are killing me. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure it's still fun either way. Okay, Matt was the Nickel Samurai. He was an actor. I thought he was some kind of celebrity. An actor who hired an assassin to kill another actor and then was acting all innocent until he was revealed for the scumbag he was. Right. That does sound familiar. Gosh, my memory is terrible, I swear. And it's because I played them so long ago. I just don't hold on to that information. Like, I feel like I hold on to more stuff about, like, maybe Yakuza just because, like, that's my big obsession. I love Ace Attorney, but Yakuza's, like, my main thing. But even then, I'll forget shit from that, too, honestly. So even if I adore an IP, I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget stuff. I usually use ground turkey and Newman's red sauce. I've seen that one in the store. I never tried it, though. I used turkey meat, ragu, turkey sausage, and basic seasoning. Ooh. Oh yeah, it has to have seasoning. Mm-hmm. Italian seasoning, garlic, salt. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like their sakaruni sauce for a simple red sauce. Sakaruni? What's sakaruni? I should try to use less beef. I'm gonna try to use ground turkey at some point like y'all do. Yeah, I bet it's really good. I haven't had ground turkey and spaghetti, but I do the vegan sausage. I don't know what's in it. But it tastes really good. Or was it meatballs? Oh no, I think it was vegan meatballs. My bad. Why did I think it was sausage? I don't know. It's vegan meatballs. They're really good. They're frozen. Let me see if I could probably even look them up. Let's see. I don't see the brand. I don't know. I don't even remember what store I get them from, to be completely honest. Oh man, I don't remember. See, that's how long it's been since I've had spaghetti. Can't even find the damn balls. Anyway. Some kind of vegan brand, I don't know. Also, chat, guess what? I was right about the baby Nintendo short. It was about them making animated production. Animated Pikmin? Nintendo Pictures Division just got announced. I called it. So it's not necessarily that we're getting a Pikmin movie, but that they are making like a Nintendo movie studio? That's interesting. I didn't hear about that. I hope they make a Pikmin movie. I love Pikmin so much. I need more. I do think it's weird that there were humans with the Pikmin, but, you know, I'll take what I can get because I love Pikmin. I changed out the noodles. I don't usually use spaghetti. Often use rotini, botai, cavatappi. Ooh. We usually use angel hair. But yeah, I do like other pastas too. I guess to me it's not spaghetti because it's not spaghetti. Noodles. But the angel hair, it is still spaghetti to me. Angel hair is just like, it's thinner, so just, I don't know. It goes on the fork easier. I love angel hair pasta. Oh yeah, more into angel hair or fettuccine. Ooh, fettuccine Alfredo. Oh. I think I do prefer fettuccine Alfredo over spaghetti in general. Especially if I'm getting it from a restaurant. I'm gonna go with the fettuccine instead. Some restaurants, their spaghetti, I just don't like it. I like when I make it. Or marinara loaded with veggies. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes I'll put like zucchini into my pastas. Give them a little, make them a little more healthy. Only use rotini. Rotini is really good. Haven't used spaghetti since I was a kid. Do like angel hair with pesto. Ooh. That sounds really good too. I gotta get more noodles. I don't remember the last time I cooked with like a bow tie noodle. That sounds really good. I love ravioli. Okay, I almost forgot. My favorite pasta is fettuccine Alfredo and then raviolis with red sauce, like a cheese ravioli. Oh, I love raviolis. I just make like a whole gigantic pot and I'll eat it for days after that. I don't get sick of it. I love raviolis. I've always loved them, actually, since I was a kid. Linguine is my go-to pasta, usually for red sauce with meat, lots of garlic, of course. Definitely a different flavor profile with the turkey. I usually get ground beef for other stuff. I've made smash burgers with a friend recently, which we've been refining, and it's really good. Ooh. With burgers, me and Ruuuvo just get like pre-formed burger patties for when we want burger dinner, which we buy that because there's days where we're really tempted to like go out and buy like fast food or order food, and to resist that we get stuff that like mimics the fast food, so we get burger ingredients so we can make them at home, and then they end up being cheaper and more delicious anyway, because Ruuuvo makes like the sauteed onions, the caramelized onions. It's so good. Cool to know I'm not the only person who uses ground turkey. But people look at me weird for it, but my parents only used turkey growing up. There's nothing weird with it, you know? Having too much beef can be bad for you. You can be a health thing, just a flavor thing. Yeah. I ate a lot of turkey bacon for a while, actually. And now I don't eat bacon at all unless it is a like a vegan bacon. Because they do make, and it's really crispy, which I love. I like a crispy bacon. I'll eat bacon, I guess, if it's put in front of me, but I never buy it anymore. We still, you know, we still buy meat now. We were at a time kind of going pescatarian where we would only eat fish. And then I couldn't keep up with it. But there's still some kinds of meat that we don't want to buy, like ground beef, bacon, hot dogs, stuff like that. But the bacon and hot dogs just have to be like a vegan imitation for us to get it. Meatballs too. I just don't really like ground meat, I guess. I don't know. I'd rather just get it whole. But we do get the burger patties, so I guess we still do that. Speaking of Yakuza, important question. Rate from worst to best, Kiryu, Goro, and Ichiban. Oh, well, Kiryu is my number one. This is actually a very easy question for me. Kiryu is my number one forever and always. In fact, I love Kiryu so much. That I have a paper cutout of him in my room that Ruuuvo made for me for my birthday. He's very floppy and flat, but eventually we're gonna have like a cardboard backing on him, so he won't be that. Happens to everybody, kid. You don't be embarrassed. Huh. It happens sometimes, you know. I give him kiss. Kiss. Anyway. Hey. Dreamer! Dreamer Kiryu! Oh my god, his hand was trying to go up my shirt! Kiryu! Not on stream! Do you have any comments, Kiryu, on this channel, on this stream? Hear you, yeah. That's really okay. I get it. Don't rip. Don't actually rip. He just lives there. My keyboard. Anyway, Kiryu's my favorite, and then Majima, extremely close second, and then Ichiban. Ichiban's last, not because I don't like him, but because I like the other two too much. Yeah. He just goes, Need to stiffen him up. We must make him harder. Love turkey bacon. Yeah, turkey bacon's actually really good too. Allergic to pork. Oh, so turkey bacon and beef turkey sausage is my go-to. That explains it. Yeah, turkey has a great flavor too. Need to be pork. I love turkey bacon because I find pork bacon is too chewy and fat. Yeah, I like turkey bacon for that reason too. And same thing with the vegan bacon. It, to me, has kind of the same texture as turkey bacon. And then that way I'm not buying like meat, you know? So there are still some ways that we try not to buy meat, but we do eat it. We do eat it. I can't call myself pescatarian or anything like that at this point. We make 1,000 aisle? 1,000 aisles in the grocery store. We make 1,000 island style sauce. Mayonnaise, ketchup, chopped up shallot. Also been experimenting with different cheeses and other toppings, but you shouldn't overload the burger with too many toppings. Oh, for the burger. Ooh, shallot on a burger. I love toppings on a burger. Our go-to is the caramelized onions, spinach, or lettuce if I have it, but I never have lettuce. I don't get it because it's like, I can only use it for a few different things. I'd rather buy spinach so I can cook that all the time. Anyway, spinach, ketchup, mustard. And that's it. Just a good seasoned patty. We do get these nice burger buns. They might be brioche. Maybe. And I freeze them. So they last a long time, and I just warm them up in the toaster. It's great. Now you're making me want a burger. Ooh, carbonara. I haven't had carbonara very much. Oh! I'm taking too long. We're talking about pasta too much. Oops. Oops. Gnocchi. Ooh, you know what I love? Gnocchi soup. Like a creamy gnocchi soup. Oh yeah. Like the ones at Olive Garden. That's probably my favorite thing from that restaurant. Oh. It's being difficult. One moment, please. Oh yeah, put it in the Discord. I'll look at it. Here you go. Nintendo's blocking any video done on the short with the Pikmin. They want it to be an app exclusive? What? What do you mean? Like if someone tries to upload it to YouTube, they take it down because they want you to watch it where? Are they gonna have like a Nintendo network or something and you can only watch the Nintendo stuff on there? Is that it? Oh, thanks so much for the follow, Dreamer. You. Sorry, I went on a long tangent, didn't I? A pasta tangent. Okay. But yeah, there was your answer. Kiryu, Majima, Ichiban. But I love all three of them. The game said now I'm getting hungry, right? I could take a break, but I kind of feel like just... I feel like I should just keep playing, so it's fine. I'll take a break if I run out of water. Okay. Anyway, what were we doing? Okay, we're looking for an inconsistency. Heard crying from next door. I was worried. Hurried over and opened the door to the robotics lab. Before I could lead Athena out of there, Dr. Sykes came in. I refused to hand Athena over, so I had no choice but to kill my mentor. Do I have evidence that could go against this, though? I don't think so. And we're not cross-examining here. So then why would he stab her and then slice up the robot with the blade? There's so many things. There's so many details here. It might be that we need to do emotions. Hmm. You find an inconsistent statement. Present evidence to the contrary. Is there really a contradiction in his testimony, though? Mr. Wright? If we can't find any contradictory testimony, we could try looking for inconsistent emotions. Yeah, let's try the emotions. Let's see. Maybe we'd better look for inconsistent emotions now. But we are gonna have to go back and forth, it seems like. Let's see. I heard crying from next door. I was worried. They're sad and scared? Hurried over and opened the door to the robotics lab. Just scared. Before I could lead Athena out of there, curse my luck, Dr. Sykes came in. We have anger and fear. I refused to hand Athena over, so I had no choice but to kill my mentor, which we have anger and then a lot of sadness. Which we did already kind of address, right? Maybe it's the fear we can bring up, because that's new.
Got it.
Okay. How odd. Why would you register surprise? Oh, it's not fear, it's surprise. Sometimes they say it's fear, I don't know. Why would you register surprise at opening the door to the lab? Alright, fine. I'll explain if I must. What surprised me was Ponko. That toy figure attacked me. Attacked? Dr. Sykes knew full well of my plan to rescue Athena, but she couldn't stand guard over her daughter 24 hours a day. So Dr. Sykes had Ponko do it? That's right. She ordered Ponko to forcibly remove me on sight. So I slashed Ponko up with the katana that was there in the lab. Oh, here's gonna be the inconsistency because the robot was slashed after the murder. That rickety old puppet wasn't worthy of that fine blade.
Mr. Wright, it's happening again. There's even more noise.
Oh my god.
It's at 100% now. What's going on here? Whenever we find an opening, he covers it up with lies. We'll never get rid of the noise at this rate. It's pretty hard to keep telling coherent lies like that. His mind and will really are as sharp and strong as a katana.
Alright, what should I tackle first this time? Testimony. I think there might be an inconsistency. Okay, let's do it. With a feeling of dread, I open the robotics lab door. Just then... Yeah, he keeps changing it every time. Ponko attacked me. I retaliated by cutting it into pieces. Yeah, let's just react to that. We already know. Already know. The short was released on the Nintendo Today app, which is where the short originally came from, and Nintendo doesn't want it on YouTube. I mean, couldn't they just post it to their YouTube? And then they don't want anyone posting, like, reactions to it or something? Nintendo hates free advertisement. They hate it. Let's see. Let's present this.
Objection!
Yeah. Compounding lies with more lies is never the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. Take a look at this photo. That's the photo of the supposed moment of the murder, isn't it? How many more times must I see that which damned me for my sin? The ironic thing is, I think this picture's actually going to be your savior now. See the bloodstain at the end of Ponko's arm where it was severed with the katana? I hope you aren't claiming it's the robot's blood, Mr. Wright. No. Most likely, the blood was transferred there from the bloody katana. The katana already had blood on it, so then it must have been the victim's blood. That's right. But if that's the case, we found a glaring inconsistency. You said in your testimony that you cut up Ponko, and then you killed Dr. Sykes. But in spite of that, the victim's blood is already on Ponko's arm in this picture. What? But that couldn't be! Exactly. In order for the blood to have transferred from the sword to Ponko's arm, the victim must have been stabbed first, before the robot was slashed. In other words, Prosecutor Blackwell, your entire testimony is nothing but one giant ball of lies. Lies! Yeah! Tell the court the truth, Prosecutor Blackwell. No! Welcome in, Pocky. They probably think they don't need the free advertising. I guess, but gosh, yeah, Nintendo is so notorious for cease and desist letters and just a lot. Like, to a point, you know, it's their games and their things, but other companies are not like that, and I think they get by just fine, so... I don't know. Hope you're doing good too, Pocky. Welcome in. We are making some progress today in episode 5. Tell the court the truth, Prosecutor Blackwell, now! Things are definitely getting very interesting. You have no idea what you're doing.
His voice. There's so much discord. I'm hearing not just one or two, but a bunch of rampaging emotions here. It's hard to describe. It's like a violent whirlpool or something.
Ooh. Phoenix Wright. You will pay for this. Never have I been forced to reveal so much, but the rest I'll take to my grave.
Prosecutor Blackwell, you are on the witness stand. You're obligated to tell the truth. Isn't that the rule of the courtroom?
All of these complex emotions. They seem to be flowing from one source. I think whatever he really saw that day is what's causing these feelings.
Ooh. Ooh! Everything? What? Hold on. Following the sound of crying, I open the lab door, and then I saw it, that terrible scene. I'm trying to see if any of them are different, but I think they're all just flowing out at the same rate. But before I could lead Athena out of there, curse my luck, Dr. Sykes came in. I had no choice but to kill my mentor. What? Honko? Okay, we gotta find what's causing the strong emotions. Okay. And she said it was the source. So probably that scene. Yeah, let's say it's this. Honko? I don't know. The root cause of all these emotions is this. No, I think it's wrong.
I'm actually not getting any particularly big reading there, Mr. Wright.
Guess that's not it then. What could have caused Blackville to react with all these emotions all at once? I guess her? Or maybe it could be the chair. The chair? Let's go with her first. It was her. Okay. Everything everywhere all at once? Happy, sad, surprised, angry. When you opened the door and saw Athena, you became overwhelmed by your emotions. Isn't that right, prosecutor? You should know better. And though it's pathetic, I admit I'm terrified to speak of it. Prosecutor Blackwell, Miss Sykes is innocent. I will always believe that with all my heart. Now, can't you find it within yourself to believe in me, too? Athena is innocent, huh? Can you honestly say you believe that to be true, right, Dono? I give you my word. Now tell me what you really saw when you opened that door. So maybe it's like he is 100% sure that Athena did do it, but we're going to find out that she didn't. And he was covering for her without realizing that she didn't actually do it. Maybe something like that.
Curse you, Phoenix Wright!
He's been keeping this secret for 7 years. Oh boy. It was a tragedy. One I'll never forget. When I arrived at the lab, Dr. Sykes was already dead. Ooh. She was lying on the operating table, while the bloody katana lay on the floor. And standing between the two, covered in blood, was Athena. Not looking good. She smiled, the far-off look in her eyes, as she sweetly said, "Oh. Oh, God. Okay, next. Said what? Something's wrong with Mom, so I'm taking her apart to fix her." Ooh. That's what I saw. And now you have it. The truth that you so desperately wanted. We can come back from this. I'm sure we can come back from this. No. Prosecutor Blackwell finally tells the truth. And this is what it is? It's beyond devastating. I tried to take my mother apart? I think it's not what it looks like. I... You remember? I don't want to wake up Ruuuvo, so I'm not going to do it any more dramatic than that. That really deserved a real scream, but it's late. So it was me. I'm the one who killed my mother. Athena! As I said, right? The truth isn't always pretty. Murder, disassembly on an operating table. Scientist using her daughter as a guinea pig. Sadly, it appears that my theory was correct after all.
Objection!
That's not confirmed. It's true that Athena didn't like her mother's research, but you dare cast aspersions on my mentor by claiming Athena was used in such a manner? Dr. Sykes could be awkward with people, but she loved her daughter with all her heart. She loved me? Your mother hated to see you suffer because you could hear the voices of people's hearts. She wanted to set you free of your pain, so she worked tirelessly on her research. I knew that. I called it. Do you remember those headphones you hated so much? Yes. My head hurt every time I wore them. No, Athena. It's just the opposite. They emitted sound waves to nullify emotional input from the voices of people around you. Your power was much stronger than... stronger then than it is now. And those headphones were that enabled... oh my god, sorry. And those headphones were what enabled you to carry on with everyday life. Oh, that can't be true. Then why? Why would I have done something like that? To somebody who loved me so much. Woo! My voice. God. Chat, this is fucked up. Yeah. I don't think we can come back from this. No, we can come back from this! I have ideas. We can come back from this. Whew. Her love for you was real. That I can guarantee. That's why I knew that what happened had to be some kind of mistake. I couldn't let you be punished for it. So you took the blame yourself. You and your mentor are more alike than you know. Honko was a witness. Oh, sorry. Honko was a witness. So I put it in the case, held Athena close, and vacated the lab. So Edgeworth was right about that. Okay. I threw Honko away in the boarding lounge trash chute, and I hid the case on the Space Center grounds. Damn, just threw Honko away like trash. Would seem that we now have all of the facts of this case.
Hold it!
No, not yet. It can't end like this.
Objection!
Do not disgrace yourself, Mr. Wright. The truth has been revealed. Or are you the type of man to turn your back to things that disagree with you? Being from experience? I'm not. But this... I can't give up now. I have to say something, anything, even if it's a bluff. I've always managed to pull through that way in the past. I have to make it work. The defense is, prepared to present evidence. Mr. Wright? Yes, Athena? It's okay. You can stop now. I don't want you or anyone else to suffer any longer for my sake. Athena, what are you saying?
I killed my mother. That's the truth. It's just like Prosecutor Edgeworth said. We have to face it, no matter how much it hurts. I admit my guilt.
No.
Could I please be granted just one chance to tell everyone what I recall?
Here's Miss Sykes is much braver than you, Mr. Wright. What say you, Your Honor? In light of her courage, will the court give Miss Sykes this opportunity to confess?
Very well. If you would, please take the stand, Miss Sykes.
I still think there's something more to this.
Thank you for letting me do this, Prosecutor Edgeworth. And thank you, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Blackwell, for letting the truth be known. Now we can finally move forward, and everyone's suffering can come to an end.
Nina, Prosecutor Blackwell will be cleared, and the dark age of the law can come to an end. Yes, admit your guilt, and bring everything to its conclusion.
I killed my mother. My memory is still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers. Your Honor, please find me guilty.
I dare say, these are all memories that no one but the murderer would have.
I see. Thank you for your confession. I believe this trial has gone on long enough. But before we conclude, does anyone have a counter-argument? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Objection!
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright.
But, Mr. Wright, why? I killed her. I remember it now. Any counter-argument now is pointless.
Objection!
Don't tell me you've forgotten one of the basic tenets of lawyering. Always believe in the client to the bitter end. Tina, you're not a murderer.
Objection!
I said that you never change, but you have actually regressed in these 8 years. I won't stand for your childish emotionalism getting in the way of the truth. Emotionalism? Don't lecture me on matters of the heart, Edgeworth. Because I can see straight into a person's soul. She still has the secrets? Ooh. Yep, we're not there yet.
I did a little research. Looked into those special cyclocks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. Tina isn't trying to keep anything from you. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself.
Still a chance. Somewhere deep in Athena's heart, there might still be a memory that not even she knows about yet. It might be like looking for a grain of sand somewhere in the cosmos, but still. That memory might contain a new fact that could prove her innocence.
Alright, next step. I hope for everyone's sake that you are not just bluffing, Mr. Wright. Now then, is there or is there not a problem with Miss Sykes' confession?
My memory's still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle.
Oh! I just got it. I just got it. There's definitely something wrong with her memory of the event. I can just tell.
There is a problem with her confession. Please prove it to this court now!
Take that!
There's no blood on the handle.
Isn't that the katana the defendant used to kill the victim, Mr. Wright?
I respectfully and vehemently disagree, Your Honor.
But I remember it. I remember holding the weapon and getting blood on my fingers.
That's exactly my point. If blood really did get on your fingers while you were holding it, there should be blood on the handle. But please focus on the handle of the sword. There's not a trace of blood on it. I knew that was going to be important later. And therefore, this is clearly a contradiction of the facts.
You're right.
Oh my! Matters of the heart, huh?
Objection!
I'm still confused as to how this is going to bring the Dark Age to the end. Yeah, like, systematically, I don't know how it's gonna have that big of a change, but I guess the whole point is that 7 or 8 years ago, this guy was found guilty and put in jail when he was not. And so it's kind of like the law failed. And ever since then, a lot of cases have just been going awry. Like, people have been faking evidence. There's... I don't know. Or is it because of Phoenix? Because he falsified evidence 7 years ago, which is what got him disbarred for a while. I think. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this game. But I guess Edgeworth is thinking, oh, if we can right this wrong from 7 years ago, we can start moving the law in the right direction and not having people go to jail for something they didn't do. I don't know. Murder had to be taller than a child if the blood didn't trickle down. Maybe, possibly. I don't know what it means quite yet. All we know is that her memory is wrong. Something's wrong here. That poor girl. You know it's gonna be good when it's suddenly rated M, right? Yeah. Yeah, and so I'm thinking the part that's true is that she realized that something was wrong with her mom, and because she was sheltered, she didn't realize that the robotics machine was not going to help her. So that was her way of trying to fix her mom, because she thought, oh, I'm gonna make her all better, which I think is what she said. She's like, oh, something happened to her, but I'm gonna fix her, so she'll be okay. And that's why she's smiling, because she honestly, truly believed that she could save her mom with that machine. Not knowing that she was dead instantly from whatever happened to her. So I think that's what happened. But they're like spinning it as it's really creepy, and she's like,
I killed my mommy and then I put her on the table to fix her because I don't understand what happened.
I think it's different than that. The only game in the series rated M. Wow. So this is like the darkest game in the series, I guess. He's right, and he's also right. Technically, Phoenix didn't falsify anything. Didn't someone trick him by giving him fake evidence? Oh yeah, wasn't it? The Gavins did. Clav and Kristoff conspired to give him the fake evidence. Right. So yeah, I think that's kind of what started the dark age of the law, and then this happening too, I guess? And again, like, I guess Edgeworth is just thinking if we can right this, then it'll put us in the right path. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of agree that I don't really understand how it would fix the whole system with just this one case turning around. The defendant must have simply confused a portion of her memories. She mentioned it was hazy to begin with, and we can't mull over every minor detail. Well, if it's hazy, then how can we trust any of it? But she also said there's no question I remember it, a fact we can't ignore. In that case, why don't you explain what this contradiction with her memories means? Gladly. Just give me a sec to think of something. I want to say that Athena didn't stab anyone, but she said it herself that she remembers the feeling of committing the act. Think, Phoenix, think. What could the contradiction with Athena's memories mean? I'm gonna save before I even start thinking. Let's see. The blood was wiped off the weapon. The defendant used a different weapon. Maybe a different weapon? But then we're still saying she murdered her. The blood was wiped off. I don't think so. A different weapon? Miss Sykes said blood flowed down the handle, but the katana's handle is spotless. So doesn't it follow that the defendant must have used a weapon other than the katana? What are you up to this time? Like, maybe she was doing something else, but she was already dead. You know? Like, maybe she was putting something in her chest to help her? I don't know. This is it. This time, I found just the thing to end Athena's nightmare for good. The weapon that took Dr. Sykes' life was the katana. That much is for sure. So if I can show a possibility that Athena didn't use the katana... yeah. It could help me prove her innocent.
A different weapon, you say? What weapon would that be exactly?
Right. Of course you would ask that. I can see you're floundering, Mr. Wright. Did you speak without thinking again, as always? Why does he do that? But I can't back down. Not here. Not now. That's right. I did. Because it's so obvious, it doesn't require any thought. What did you say? Okay, so maybe that was an exaggeration. But there has to be something. Okay, I'm wrong on that. Kristoff gave Chusey the fake evidence. But before the trial, he warned Clavier that Nick would be using fake evidence. My bad. Yeah, so it was all Kristoff. He framed him. And I think I'm remembering that now, yeah. Because they met up in the Borscht restaurant or something before the trial, and then that's when it happened. Was there some other bladed weapon in the robotics lab that day? Maybe there's something in one of the crime scene photos. Wait a minute. There is something. Is there? So these things are on, I think all of the staff have them. The Space Center text, yeah, it's probably the knife. Because he specifically said blade. Yeah. There is a high probability that that was in the lab. Don't have that particular weapon here in evidence right now, but I do have a piece of evidence just like it. Yeah, it's the knife. Other than the katana, this is another blade that may have been at the crime scene.
Take that!
But that's the murder weapon in the Clay Turan case.
Yes, this is the knife that took Mr. Turan's life. But there must have been a knife just like this at the scene 7 years ago as well. Toolkits containing utility knives like this one, are issued to Space Center employees, and a robotics lab especially would naturally have one of these around.
Objection!
But, besides the katana, no other bladed weapon was found at the site. It was in the investigation report, if you didn't know.
Objection!
Of course I knew that, once you told me just now. Then here's something else you already knew. There was a toolkit at the scene, but it didn't contain any blades. Here is a photo of its contents.
Well, the knife is missing. You're right. I don't see any kind of bladed tool because she already grabbed it.
Fine. But isn't there something odd about the design on the handles, right? I was looking at that. They're out of order. Therefore, there was no other bladed weapon in the room.
Objection!
I disagree. This toolkit contained a knife. And what proof do you have of that? Don't tell me your eye for art is failing you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You are the last person in the world who should be criticizing my aesthetic sense.
Now, he's simply watching out for your ocular health. Please proceed, Mr. Wright.
Notice that the handles of each of these tools have a sort of design on them.
Ah, I see they do. But what significance does that have?
They're gonna argue about that in bed later. Nick, I can't believe you embarrassed me in court like that today. Don't be mad, Edgeworth. Just come back to bed.
Yeah, he needs his damn glasses.
It's clear that one of the tools is missing from this kit. If we rearrange the tools into a specific pattern, we might be able to tell which part of the overall design is missing.
It's the A on the knife, right?
Yeah.
Is that the theory your pitiful sense of aesthetics helped you come up with? Edgeworth,
Just let it go, man.
show the court then, if you would. What pattern or design would we see if we were to rearrange the tools?
Yaksha!
I almost commented earlier that this is how they roleplay before bedroom activities.
Take that!
And what design is this supposed to represent? When's the fanfic dropping? Where's my Dojin?
The Gaiaxa logo, Your Honor. It's on all of the Space Center's documents and pamphlets. As you're aware, Gaiaxa is the program that operates the Cosmos Space Center.
Look at how brightly the Gaiaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going on.
Gaiaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Ah, I think I see it now. But
Yes, with just the tools shown in this photo. The red A part of the logo is missing. And this is where the murder weapon from the Turan case comes into play. If we were to place the utility knife in the open slot... Duh! It would complete the Gaiaxa logo.
so it would. And that means...
Admit it, Mr. Edgeworth. My aesthetic sense is keener than yours. And while you're at it, admit that the weapon Miss Sykes used could have been this one.
Ugh.
Miles, just go to sleep. No, I'm still mad. Miles, baby, come back to bed.
Order in the court! Okay, Judge.
Sorry. We're thirsting. Miss Sykes confessed to having a memory of stabbing the victim. Admittedly, Miss Sykes most likely did stab someone using the utility knife. However, the weapon used to kill Dr. Sykes was the katana. Therefore, the act of stabbing that Miss Sykes remembers couldn't be that of Dr. Sykes. Very well. Let's suppose, for a minute, that Miss Sykes did use the utility knife. Tell me, how does that change anything? Come again? What if the katana was only being used as a decoy to conceal the true murder weapon? What if the real weapon that took the victim's life was the utility knife? Is it long enough to reach her heart? Be ridiculous. Or are you changing the premise of your entire argument? I'm merely offering a hypothetical situation derived from your logic. I just saw Panda's message. We're basically just writing a fanfic at this point. Jesus Christ. Gays arguing over aesthetics. I heavily relate to them. I love them. I love Rightworth. I love Rightworth. I love Kazumagi. Both great ships. Bishi's chat fanfic coming to an AO3 near you. Don't make me do it. Don't make me write a Rightworth fanfic and secretly upload it again. I already have a secret Yakuza fanfic out there. Oh. Miss Sykes could have put blood on the katana to make it look like the murder weapon. Right. And then concealed the knife on her personage until Blackwell carried her away. Would a little girl think of that, though? I mean, she was so sheltered.
That does clear up the contradiction between Miss Sykes' memories and the evidence.
If, in fact, the murder weapon is a utility knife, then fate has dealt you a cruel hand. For you have just proven the knife's existence to the rest of us with your own logic.
Objection!
The prosecution's attempting to lead the court.
Objection!
You're the one attempting to lead the court, Mr. Wright, by forcing us to forget the facts of this case. Need I remind you that there were only 2 people in the lab at the time of the murder, and that the defendant herself recalls stabbing someone with her own hands?
No. Well, what about the robot? We keep forgetting about Ponko.
It matters not whether the murder weapon was a katana or a utility knife. As long as we know that the victim and the defendant were the only ones there, you cannot escape the fact that it was Athena Sykes who killed her own mother. I don't believe it. Why? Why does this keep happening? Every time I find a contradiction, it vanishes, and the suspicion keeps coming back. It's almost as if... Now you're finally starting to get it. Your contradictions keep vanishing because the charge is true. And the suspicion keeps coming back to the defendant because that's where it belongs. Phoenix Wright, when will you open your eyes and accept the truth? I don't want to believe it. It can't be true. What if...
Mr. Wright, you fought a good fight. I think you've done all you can do.
Is giving up really the only option?
Never give up! Never surrender!
No! Snap out of it, Phoenix. What's the matter with you? Giving in to doubt. I can't look back. Forward is the only way to go. No, Your Honor. Not yet. It isn't over yet. Right. Can't lose sight of what's important. I believe in Athena, and I'll always believe in her. To the very end. A defense lawyer never gives up on his client. I have to pick myself up and stand firm. Make that brain of yours work, Phoenix. If I don't see a way, I'll just have to go back and look for one. Time to rethink this case thoroughly.
Turn it upside down! Oh, we're at the end! Ooh!
Is this it, chat? Is this it? How could she be stabbed in the heart by a short child?
Explain that, Edgy. Yeah, we're having a brain blast!
So, literally wrote a Kazumaji Ruuuvo Bishi fanfic in chat by accident. I was making a joke and it went out of hand. I remember that. I remember! Phoenix like, look, I'm sorry I forgot our anniversary. Forgive me, baby! Alright, let's take this home. I concede the fact that Athena must have stabbed someone with a utility knife. This must have been what Ponko witnessed as Athena's hug. But Prosecutor Blackwell didn't see the knife at the scene. This means that someone must have removed it from the lab before he arrived. Who could have taken the utility knife from the lab?
Maybe it was the mom.
No!
No, yes?
No, I don't think so. Maybe Dr. Sykes was still alive and she's the one who took the utility knife away?
No, she was already dead.
I guess I'm gonna say someone else?
My bad.
Yeah. The third person was at the scene. Because it's the robot! If I trust in Athena, then I have to conclude there was a third person at the scene. But according to Ponko's testimony, Athena and her mother were the only 2 there. So then, how did this third person manage to escape Ponko's detection? I know. This person must have fooled Ponko's facial recognition feature by covering.
So it wasn't the robot. Okay, so we are saying there's a completely different person there. By covering their face? Yeah, they could have been wearing a spacesuit. There's also that mask on the wall. I guess by covering their face. Okay. Yeah. But wait a minute. Ponko has a heartbeat detection system too. Even if they covered their own face, Ponko would have still detected their presence. But she wouldn't have been able to tell who they were. Wait, that's it! The culprit could have covered their face and posed as which person to avoid detection. The mom? I don't really have to save, I guess. It's Simon or the mom. So if it was Simon, I guess it could be because we're saying... I'm thinking. My first thought was posing as the mom because the jacket is on the floor of the room and she wasn't in the habit of wearing it. But someone else could have worn it to fool the robot into thinking it was her. I'm gonna say the mom. Yes. If the culprit posed as the victim, that would explain why Ponko thought only she and Athena were there. All they had to do was take advantage of Ponko's basic recognition features. The culprit used this in order to pose as the victim, her jacket. Yeah. This is getting crazy. The culprit could have posed as the victim by wearing her jacket with the ID tag on it. But that still leaves the heartbeat detection system. How did the culprit get around that? It wouldn't have worked if Ponko could detect the real Dr. Sykes' heartbeat, too. Does that mean that the real Dr. Sykes was already dead by that time? If that's the case, then who did Athena stab? The real culprit. Damn. That's it. The person Athena stabbed wasn't Dr. Sykes. It was the person who murdered her, and then pretended to be her. The real culprit. Now that Mr. Wright has finally finished thinking, let us bring this to a swift end. Please give us your verdict, Your Honor, so that we can move on to the hostage negotiations. You are absolutely right, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I hereby...
Objection!
I didn't say I was finished. I was only pausing for a second. Because I realized something so shocking, I had to take a break to digest it. But now, I know for a fact that Miss Sykes is innocent. But Ponko saw me. She witnessed the moment of the crime. Yes, Ponko did witness something. She saw the hug. In other words, the moment you used the knife. But the person you stabbed wasn't your mother. What are you saying, Mr. Wright? The answer's simple. The person Miss Sykes stabbed was a third person, posing as Dr. Sykes. What?
Objection!
See, I didn't think of this anyway. The game really had to tell me this one. Do you really expect us to swallow that, Mr. Wright? I don't even need to say anything. According to the robot's statements, there was no third person there. Did you really think I wouldn't see through your ludicrous grab for time?
Objection!
After all we've been through, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm disappointed. Don't you know by now that this smile of mine means I have absolute confidence? Ha! You make that pose all the time, regardless of the facts. Blanco's strange malfunction. Mr. Turan, you look pale.
Shall I help you to the sick bay?
Mr. Turan, that's Apollo you're talking to. Because of the jacket.
Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo is possessed by Clay's ghost.
Yeah, Phoenix is just standing there for 5 minutes like... just thinking so hard. Thinking so hard. That was another case of mistaken identity caused by a jacket ID. All because Quanko couldn't read Apollo's facial features due to the eye patch. Oh. Like Mr. Edgeworth said, a mask could nullify the robot's facial recognition. And then, all the person would have to do is wear a jacket with the victim's ID to pose as her.
Objection!
Of all the ridiculous theories, what good would a silly disguise like that do? Have you forgotten that the robot also has a heartbeat detection system? If there was a third person at the scene, the robot would have detected them. Not if the other one's dead! I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, but that doesn't count for much, I'm afraid. Because, by that time, Dr. Sykes' heart had already stopped beating. What? So does that mean... Yes, Your Honor. The person Miss Sykes stabbed. This third person who was posing as Dr. Sykes is her mother's real killer. But that's... I'm impossible! Oh, he was saying impossible.
A mask. The person I stabbed was wearing a mask?
Order! Order in the court! Miss Sykes, did you say something?
A mask?
I knew it was the mask in the room.
Yes. I remember a...
Athena, what is it? Impossible! Impossible! I remember a man with a mask.
How could he?
What did he do to my mother?
My head.
Miss Sykes, are you alright?
Oh, shit! Black Cyclops. They're breaking. Hope she's alright. Oh, shit. All of them? Oh. Let those walls down, girl.
It's all coming back to me. Everything that happened the day my mother was murdered.
You're gone. Black Cyclops are finally gone. You didn't really stab your mother, did you? It's all right, Athena. Just tell us what you saw.
I was drawing a picture. When I was done, I went to show it to my mom. I opened the door, and then...
It's all right. I'm right here. You're safe, Athena.
She was on the floor by the workbench, with the katana sticking out of her. There was a handkerchief over her face, but I knew it was her by her clothes. And there was a man there.
A man?
Hold it!
Quiet, Your Honor.
Shut the fuck up!
Go on, Athena.
Tried to attack me. In a panic, I grabbed the knife that was there and... He He dodged at first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again.
And this time you got him, didn't you?
I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand.
Oh.
Then he kicked me and I passed out.
Okay. The murder weapon used on Turan. Athena also used one of these to stab the Phantom's hand during the incident 7 years ago. Right. We're trying to say that the Phantom is the one that killed the mom, did all the bombs, all of that.
When I came to, my mom wasn't moving. I had to do something. I had to fix her. I thought... So, I asked Ponko to move her to the operating table.
Mm-hmm.
Something's wrong with Mom, so I'm taking her apart to fix her.
So that's why she said that. Your Honor, as you can see, the defendant has just given us critical new testimony. A man was there before Miss Sykes arrived. A man who covered the victim's face and put on the victim's jacket. This man is the real culprit. Miss Sykes, do you have any idea who this man was?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
A few moments ago, Miss Sykes mentioned a mask. Tina, can you tell us anything else about that?
Yes, the mask. It was my mom's Japanese theater mask. I think it was the one hanging on the wall of the lab.
So he left it there. Ah, this mask hanging here on the wall.
It was kind of spooky, that mask. My mom used to tell me that a gnome mask even has the power to turn an ordinary human being into a phantom.
Thank you for the clip. A phantom? It would seem that a new suspect has emerged. And that means that all suspicion against Miss Sykes has... Now what?
Huh?
Oh.
You see, this is precisely why I can't trust the court system. Athena Sykes is the murderer. I won't accept any other verdict.
Miss Blackwell, this isn't good.
A new suspect? Where's the proof this person ever existed? Who says it wasn't all just a dream in the little princess's groggy little head?
She's right. We don't have any hard evidence of the masked man's existence.
Objection!
Oh!
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'll never be able to repay you for all you've done. But I'm fine now, because I can say with certainty that I did not kill my mother.
Nina, I'm so glad for you.
More and more memories are coming back now. So I'd like to say one thing if I could. Ponko came to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. to recharge. I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metis. And then Mommy Metis fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
I see where you're going with this. If Mommy Metis was really the killer in disguise.
Right. Then he must have come to the robotics lab before 2 p.m.
Do I have anything here in the evidence that can help me find this person who came to the lab before 2? We can probably see who signed in. Oh, huh. What I was thinking, it was like a door that they could scan into, but they don't have the doors in the evidence anymore. I don't know. Did I really look at everything? I think I did. I'm just drawing a blank right now. God, Ponko came to the robotics lab at 2 p.m. to recharge. And if that person that Ponko saw was really the killer, then he must have come to the lab before 2. I might need a hint. Let me think a little more. Something to do with time. Maybe. The cookie! Look at everything again. Or 2 p.m. And there might be something in my notes, but it's going to be buried, and I don't really know what I'm looking for other than time. Do I have 2 written anywhere? I don't think so. I don't have a 2 written. Okay. Woo! My brain hurts! We have a diagram of the area, but this is like all the launch pad stuff. I don't even think I have a diagram of where the murder happened 7 years ago. Where's robotics located? I can't really remember that. There's the Hope capsule. The mask is here. Picture of her jacket. Video showing the corridor. Blackwell's the only one to pass through at the time of the crime. I think how we find this person who came to the lab before too. Maybe it's the video because we're gonna say like, let's find a recording from the time. That's the only one I can think of right now. Weapon used in the murder 7 years ago. Not gonna be that. Photo shows Blackwell taking the robot apart. There's a blood stain on the end of the robot's arm. This doesn't really have anything to do with time. This is well after the murder. Okay. 2 photos of the body and the crime scene, taken by the first person to discover the body. Anything to do with time? Or a way to know if someone was there or not? I don't think so. It might be the video. Or the robot somehow, I'm thinking. Okay, I'm gonna save again because I don't remember if I did. I'm sure I did. So let me try the video and this, and if it's not those, I will probably need a hint.
Take that!
Did I get it? This is Prosecutor Blackwell leaving the scene after the incident at around 3. What I'm wondering is, does the video show anyone else passing by before then? Okay, it was the video. Now that I know, that does seem obvious, but listen. Listen. It's late. I don't see anything in the investigation report. Looks like they didn't check. Just as I thought. So if we rewind, let's rewind the video. If we rewind the footage and go back to around 2 p.m., we should be able to see the true culprit leaving the scene.
Very well, then. Let's take a look.
That was the rewinding sound. There. Stop it right there. There's the hurt hand, too, and the jacket. Ooh.
It's just like you said. There's a man leaving the scene of the crime.
Miss Sykes, do you remember this person?
That's him. I'm sure of it. He's wearing my mother's jacket. I did. But what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
That jacket on display, that was Dr. Sykes? If we rewind. Can you see it?
There's the slash I made with the utility knife that day. And I'm sure that knife is under the jacket, somewhere.
So then, everything Miss Sykes said.
Exactly. It proves that Miss Sykes' memory was correct. Dr. Sykes' killer arrived at the robotics lab before 2. He killed her and hit her face with a handkerchief. Then, he disguised himself with Dr. Sykes' jacket and mask that were there in the lab.
The culprit probably knew beforehand that Ponko charged up at 2 every day. So he waited for Ponko to come to the lab for her regular recharge.
By leaving Dr. Sykes' jacket, the culprit tricked Ponko into thinking he was Dr. Sykes, thereby making it look like she was alive up to that point in time. All to disguise the real time of death.
Objection!
Jesus. Now what?
It's a nice theory, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid it's just not possible.
What? Why not? The victim's jacket is clearly visible right there in the video. And that right there is precisely the problem. The ID tag on the jacket at the scene confirms beyond doubt that it belonged to the victim. If the person who left the lab truly was wearing the victim's jacket, then how could it possibly have wound up back at the crime scene? What's going on? That doesn't make sense. Edgeworth's right. If the culprit was wearing the jacket, how did it get back to the lab?
Let's see.
The killer brought it back. The victim brought it back. The defendant brought it back. Oh, I am out of water. And I am very thirsty. So I'm gonna go take a quick break. I'm gonna think about this for a little bit. I shouldn't be gone for very long. I'm just gonna go grab some water. So I should be back in a few minutes. And we'll make our decision when I return. But yeah, quick BRB. Alright. Told you I'd be quick. Alright, I'm back with a full Walla. I know it's Owalla, but my pet name for it is Walla. My Walla. I'm ready for more voice acting. Ooh, I sent a booking form for a consult at a tattoo shop in town. That's great, PC Man. It's happening. It's really happening. And yeah, they don't need to know if they're not going to be positive and supportive about it. You're an adult. You make your own decisions. Your business. Okay. The killer brought it back. The victim brought it back. The defendant brought it. Right, okay, so we're talking about the jacket. So the argument here is that the killer used the jacket to pose as the mom. And then you can see them leaving the room wearing the jacket. So how does the jacket end up back at the scene? Would the killer bring it back? Certainly not the victim. She was dead. So it's either Athena or the killer. Well, how would Athena have gotten it back from the killer? So Athena, was she passed out when Blackwell? No, when Blackwell came back. Here, let's look at some of the pictures maybe. When Blackwell found her, I think that the room was like this. Well, maybe the killer brought it back so that it didn't look like anything was missing, because then they could be like, oh, what happened to her jacket? Who took her jacket? Blackwell doesn't have it. Who has it? And then that would be some kind of evidence of there being a third person. So, could be... because how would Athena bring it? I'm gonna say the killer. I don't know if anything else really makes sense. At least not to my tired 1:30 a.m. brain. We'll go with that. You break for hydration, I break to pop my contacts out. Ooh! Contact buddies! I actually, I went to the eye doctor recently, and my prescription didn't change, but I do need to get more contacts because I'm running out. And I don't wear them every day. I do like my glasses, but sometimes I feel like wearing contacts. So I got some trial lenses, and the brand that I usually wear are hurting my eyes. Like, I put them in, and it feels like there's something, like, in the contact or something bothering me every time I put them in. So I'm trying another brand out, and that's why I'm also wearing contacts today. So I felt like it, and I do need to try them out so I can pick what I want to buy. And I'm liking them more, so I might be switching. And you know what's funny is the trial lenses are hurting me, but I have expired lenses that I've used, and they don't hurt, so I don't understand why that's a thing. I'm not going to be using the expired ones, okay? I didn't realize how expired they were. I didn't think about it. So, yeah, I can't... I'm very bad. I know. I know. But hey, contacts are expensive, okay? Damn right, I'm 40. She doesn't have a right to know, only a privilege, which I'm not granting her. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. You have to have boundaries with stuff like that, you know? If it's just gonna lead to, like, a bad conversation about, especially something so important to you, then don't ever tell her if you don't want to, you know? She's gonna have a problem with it. You break to pop out your contacts, I break for cookie. Ooh, yeah, what kind? What kind? Oatmeal. Oatmeal cookies are good. If or when I do the tattoo, I should take bets on how my mom reacts. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that emote is really cute. It's a global emote. Love it. My prescription's barely changed over the last 10 years. I'm really lucky in that regard. My eyesight, I don't think has changed in maybe like 5 to 7 years or something like that. Almost 10. It really hasn't changed. I was glad mine didn't change because I really like my glasses. And I didn't want to have to buy them again. Or the website I bought them from, I hope that they don't discontinue the frames. I guess I could send the frames in. They could probably put the lens in it. I don't know. Anyway. Is there any brands y'all recommend for cosplay lenses? Ooh! I can answer that. Yeah. I believe my contact website of choice is Pinky Paradise. There's been a few that I've tried, but I keep coming back to that one. I have also bought from, I think they're called Honey Color. But I have not bought from them in a while. Ruuuvo would also know, I think, of a third website that's good, but I don't have experience with it, only they do. And I can't remember for the life of me. But yeah. I like Pinky Paradise. That's where I pretty much get all of my cosplay lenses. In fact, if you were curious about a particular color that I've had in a costume before, I would be willing to look back through my emails to see what contact it was. If you would like. I'm okay doing that. I honestly love giving advice and giving recommendations and stuff like that when it comes to cosplay, because I like to tell people things that I know. I like feeling like I know something that's helpful. So if you want to. Oh, is my stream upset? Oh no. Now you'll never know. You'll never know. Oh, are we good? Oh, it's baiting me. It's baiting me. It's like, am I gonna go down? Am I gonna live? Am I gonna die? Anyway. My mom has a bad case of suppostas? She once told me I put the wrong photos going up the stairs, but then said, but I like what you did. So it's like a thing of like, oh, that was wrong, but I guess it's fine. Very, eh. Thanks. I'm looking for a lens that won't irritate my eyes since I've never worn contacts before. Ooh, okay. Well, I will say, like, normal daily contacts are not gonna bother you very much compared to the color contacts, because the color contacts are generally gonna have, like, a bigger diameter. So I'll say that. You can pay attention to the diameter of it. The bigger the diameter, the more it might irritate you, just because it's gonna be, you know, more. Now, a lot of people like the larger diameter because it makes your eyes seem more like anime, because it makes your irises look bigger. But, you know, honestly, I think you'll get used to it. It's probably gonna take some getting used to, though. It will take some time. So I would wear them before you, like, wear your costume anywhere for maybe, like, a week or two. I would put them in maybe every other day or something like that. Maybe a few times a week, not that much. Just to get a feel for it. And if it feels fine, then don't worry about it. But if you have some, you know, not so great, you can always take them out and rinse them with the contact solution to help. Sometimes you just get a piece of lint or something. I think that honestly happens sometimes, because I'll take them out, rinse them, put them back in, it's fine. If I have irritation to begin with, so. Yeah. But they're definitely a little different than dailies. You'll feel it more, for sure. But to me, it's like tolerable. Oh, a zombie costume. Okay, I haven't done that before. I don't know if you're gonna go for like a red. I do have a recommendation for a good red, but it just makes your lenses red. It doesn't look like a zombie necessarily. So I wouldn't have recommendations for that. If you're looking for, like, you know, the straight yellow or white or something. But I would say Pinky Paradise is a good bet. Supposed does, as in you're supposed to do. Okay. This who? Why? It's a matter of taste. There isn't a right answer. Yeah. From my experience, wearing any contacts for the first time will be irritating for a day or so. Yeah, I guess even the dailies. I'm just saying the dailies would be more comfortable than color contacts for sure. Smaller diameter might be best. Yeah. Oh, never with water. Oh, no. No water. Do not let a drop of water touch your contacts. Ever. Ever. Sorry, we're going on a little bit of a rant here right now, okay? Eye contact safety. Contacts should only ever be kept in and rinsed with contact solution, because tap water has amoebas that can get into micro tears in your eye when you wear a contact. Sometimes you get like a little micro tear, and you can lose your eye. So whenever you wash your hands, you know, make sure they're completely dry before you touch your contacts. Never rinse your lens cases with water. Never let water touch the lenses ever. Only contact solution. I will say, I did not know that for a while, because I've been cosplaying since I was a teenager. So I was washing my contact lens cases with water. So I was playing Russian roulette with my eye health, and I did not know that. I think I learned when I saw someone who was a cosplayer, and they also did that. They used water with their contact lens stuff, and they got the amoeba, and they almost lost their eye, and they had to have like a bunch of surgeries and stuff, and they kind of made like a public announcement, like a public service announcement of like, hey, Don't put water with your contacts because this can happen to you too. So that was kind of like a big thing in the cosplay community. I feel like that really made it more known. So I'm thankful that they were like brave enough to share their story. But yeah, anyway, so that's my soapbox now. If anyone ever mentions water with contacts, I'm like, no, don't do it. And I'm so thankful that I did not accidentally do something horrible with my eyes, because I didn't even realize what I was doing. So yeah, be safe, do your research, and don't fuck with your eyes. Your eyes are so important. Take care of them. Don't sleep with contacts in. Don't let water touch your contacts. If they're daily contacts, throw them out when you're done with them. If they're like the monthly type, like the color contacts are monthly type, you know, you rinse them really good, put them in the solution in the lens case. Make sure you keep a good eye on them. They can dry out over time. I have so much advice I could go into, but yeah. I stop rinsing my eyes with tap water too. It's, I don't know. I mean, like, you can wash your face with water. I think it's more so with the contacts because they're like constantly touching your eyes and they can cause little tears. I think generally like washing your face and stuff like that is okay. I don't know. It's just because of the damage. They only hurt you if you have some kind of wound on your eye, which you don't know if you do, if it's small enough. So anyway, take a sip. And good night, PC Man. Woo! Would love to wear contacts for cosplay, but my prescription's really strong, so they'd be expensive. They're really expensive the higher they go? I haven't noticed. My prescription's like a -4. Maybe yours is higher than that. Yeah, you could cosplay a character with glasses. There you go. And you know, you don't have to wear contacts. Contacts are totally cosmetic, optional stuff. If anyone ever tells you like you have to have the same eye color as the character, they're just gatekeeping cosplay, so you do what you want. It's for fun anyway. My doctors told me to wash my eyes to help keep dry eye away. Yeah, so I think that's fine. It's just in the context of the contacts. Context of the context. Nearsighted and astigmatism. Me too. I never noticed if it was more expensive or not. I'm sure it's more expensive than plain contacts for sure, but they can be pricey. In general, contacts can be pricey. I only ever buy maybe 1 or 2 at a time. Good night, piece of man. All right, I'm gonna say the killer brought it back. The killer used the jacket as a disguise to make his escape. But in order to conceal that fact, he had to get the jacket back to the crime scene. Yes, that's what I was saying. So the culprit simply returned to the robotics lab later and planted it there. Contradiction resolved.
Objection!
Is it? Except that it would have been impossible. The only people who came to the robotics lab after the killer were Prosecutor Blackquill and the people who reported the body. Well, maybe he was one of the people that reported it. And they claimed that the jacket was there when they arrived. Oh, I see. So, when do you propose this mysterious man of yours had the chance to return the jacket? A puzzling question indeed. When did the culprit have the chance to bring the jacket back? When the body was found at the time of the murder. It can't be the time of the murder because that was before Athena stabbed him, because we already established that she was dead by that point. So, I'm gonna say when they found the body. The only time the culprit could have returned the jacket was when the body was found. Mr. Wright, do you realize the implication of that argument? I do. Most people, when they come across a murder, focus their attention on the body. The culprit could have taken advantage of that split second to plant the jacket. In other words, the true culprit of this case, the man known as the Phantom, was one of the first people to discover the body. That's what I was thinking. We established. I would have never thought of that, I think is what he said. I didn't read it. Order in the court! What is the meaning of this, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Oh, that is what he said.
The body was discovered and reported by a group of 3 people. They were there to collect the space probe's capsule in preparation for the Hat-1 launch. One of those people had a special bag to transport the capsule in. Oh, you mean the shock-resistant bag? Oh, yeah. Correct. I suppose that if the jacket was in that bag, it could have been returned to the scene of the crime without anyone noticing. I'll see to it that you get the reports on those 3 people. You will?
Edgeworth is still gonna help us. Come on.
He wants to know the truth. We should also check the facial recognition database for that robot. If this person felt the need to hide his face with a theater mask, it might mean that his facial data was once registered.
Yeah, I think he worked there. Prosecutor Edgeworth? Does this mean...
I have to admit, I believe Miss Sykes' memories to be credible. You win, right? Not that this was ever an official trial anyway.
Do my ears deceive me? Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you actually conceding? Phoenix is that good.
Is it true, boss? Does this mean I can't believe it. It's over. I won.
It ain't over till it's over, buddy.
I proved that both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell are innocent.
I've learned from experience that even the not guilty sign is not safe. So I'm not trusting it until we get like a to be continued or fade to black or something.
I proved that both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell are innocent.
Your Honor,
I see no need to further prolong this trial.
Objection!
What do you mean, objection?
Hold on, Mr. Wright. Have you forgotten who's in charge of this trial? Oh.
Miss Hostage Holder? That's right. I'm the one who's supposed to say I see no need to further prolong— No, I'm not talking about you.
Not you either, Your Honor. Now, silence. The little princess who was truly beloved by Metis, and who repaid that love with death. All these years, hating Athena was the only thing that's kept me going. But what do I do now? Can anybody tell me? How am I supposed to go on? Miss Blackwell.
So she's always thought it was the daughter.
How unlike you, Aura. Metis was deeply passionate about her work, and she chose you as her partner. Partner? Isn't that... Shut up, Simon! You know exactly how I felt about her. Her respect as a coworker wasn't all that I wanted.
Lesbians! Then what did you want from her? Love?
Maybe a little more. Did you really just go there, Your Honor? Aura, there is something I've wanted to say, if you will lend me an ear. I have in my possession a lead on who Metis' murderer is.
You do?
Right, Dono. You asked me about the identity of the Phantom of 7 years past. That's right. The Phantom. The person Blackwell's been looking for, even from behind bars. How do I keep moving? I feel like I keep moving further and further away.
That just confirmed it for me.
Aura is for the ladies. 7 years ago, somebody hatched a plan to sabotage the Hat-1 rocket. A spy. But he was no ordinary spy. We knew naught about him, his background, appearance. We came to refer to him as the Phantom.
This is some Luigi's Mansion shit.
At the time, I was working with the police to hunt him down. And then, one day, a miracle occurred, and I obtained a lead on him.
Oh, how exciting. What was the lead?
A recording of the Phantom's voice. The quality was too poor for proper voice analysis. Yet, I had hope. Aura's co-worker was a scientist who could analyze human emotions. So I asked her to evaluate the recording using analytical psychology. And that scientist was Dr. Sykes.
And that scientist was Albert Einstein. And then everybody clapped. Yes, a spy's greatest fear is to have his true identity discovered. In addition to Hat 1, Dr. Sykes' results and the recording were surely among his targets. But his search of the Space Center bore no fruit, so he must have started to panic.
He couldn't find them, but where could they have been?
Who's to say? Wow, bet he's never let that out of his sight all these years. How in the world did you smuggle them into prison? That's what I was gonna ask! Oh, I have my ways. I think I know his ways. He put it in a special place. What's more, my partner is especially talented at that sort of thing. What? Oh, it was the bird. Oh, of course, it was the bird. I forgot about the bird. I forgot he had a bird. I forgot about the bird. I'm sorry, I forgot the bird. I worked to lure the Phantom in by spreading rumors throughout the underworld. I was even granted permission to prosecute cases to attract the Phantom's attention. Just try to retrieve your identity, you bloody butcher, became my taunt. And what about the results, Dr. Sykes? What about the results Dr. Sykes drew up for you? Was there any useful information? Thank you for the clip. Here, you can see for yourself. Take good care of it. It's all I have left of my mentor. I will. I better hold on to this real tight.
We're gonna lose it in the next day.
The subject's emotions rarely fluctuate, and he doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. Psychological profile classified. Emotional output of this voice extremely weak compared to typical voices. Subject deemed to have unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation. No emotional fluctuation, huh? A spy who experiences no emotions, not sadness nor anger, and naturally no fear. He is the very definition of a phantom, a monster with no heart. Don't you see? This creature is the rot that destroyed our lives and set what ails us all into motion. The Phantom indeed. A fitting name for the one who has brought darkness to our world.
That sounds scary. It seems a faint image of this man has started to take shape. Based on what we have learned, I'd like all of you to conduct further investigation. This is not a formal trial, but I do want to follow protocol. If I may, I'd like to hand down my verdicts and bring these proceedings to an end.
Whatever. Do what you want. You'll hear no objections from me. Yes, please, Your Honor. It's over. It's finally over.
That's it. Very well. In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, could you please take the stand?
He was already there.
As a result of this trial, your innocence has been proven. The verdict handed down 7 years ago is hereby overturned. And now, the defendant of the current trial, Miss Athena Sykes.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Athena, you're more than welcome.
If everyone's ready, I will now give my verdict. Get to it! Oh, God!
You! Huh? I knew Apollo was gonna pop in at some point. Oh my god. Apollo! Apollo! What is the meaning of this? Congratulations, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Edgeworth. You uncovered the truth from 7 years ago, and you saved Prosecutor Blackwell. Uh-huh. However, I can't allow this trial to end just yet. What do you mean? Why, Apollo? Why would you do this to us? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I was gonna say, just don't make me keep playing. It's late. Okay. There we go. There you have it. that's it for me tonight. We've got it to be continued. Had a full stream. That's nice. Maybe it's perfect that we only did one stream this week for this game. I will be playing more of this next week. I'm still deciding if I want to do more of the scary game and more Ace Attorney, or if we just want to go back to Ace Attorney. I don't know. But I'll let y'all know next week. I'm thinking I might go ahead and play this on Tuesday, Wednesday as usual. But I will post the schedule and let y'all know next week. But yeah, either way, I'll be playing some more Date Everything tomorrow. I'll be back at 9:30 p.m. Central Time. I usually stream every Tuesday to Friday at 9:30. You can catch me then. Of course, we also have a YouTube channel if you want to go watch the YouTube shorts I have there. If you want to watch any of the previous VODs, since VODs are not really a thing here on Twitch anymore for me. All the past streams will be on YouTube, or at least most of them. I don't always upload them, unfortunately, but I try. I know that was too much lead up for it to be an actual verdict, yeah. I knew it wasn't going to be the end of things, but I hope he doesn't think that Black Quill or Athena did it. Maybe he just wants to, like, decide it here and now and not have an investigation day or something. I don't know. But anyway, we'll have to find out more next time. We're going to be cross-examining Apollo, apparently. Fortunately, you were close to the end of the chapter. Yes. Almost there. Yeah, we'll be back with Date Everything tomorrow. We're going to smooch a toaster. Yeah, we'll probably try to date the toaster some more tomorrow. I think we'll be able to finish dating Dasha, which I'm excited about. I feel like we're almost there with her, so. But yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all, whether you were chatting with me or you were lurking. I appreciate all of you so much for spending your time with me. And I'm looking forward to some more fun thirstiness tomorrow. But yeah, either way, have a great night, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!